gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is I, Greg Gomez III, founder, CEO, MLMBBS10k, and here we are with another Thursday evening kind of fire roasting, helping you guys improve the performance of your home-based business so you can get to walk across stage and collect those ridiculously oversized checks, recognizing you for the superstar that you are, and you deserve to add dozens of people every week in your business. And I'm doing my small part to be part of your true success story. You write it. If I can be a footnote, awesome. I'm excited for that. All right, so we got a couple things we're doing here on the fan page. If you haven't already gotten a link, there it is. I'm sending it to you guys again. We got a bunch of people jumping in here. Welcome, guys. Welcome to a bunch of people. Amy, Armando, Becca, Brigitte, Carol, Kathy, Charlotte, Chris, a bunch of Chris's, a bunch of Claudia, David, a bunch of Davids, Dylan, Donna, Ellen, Eric, Jack, Jason, tons of folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you guys. You could be anywhere in the world. You could be watching football tonight, and you're here with us. I appreciate that. Because when we're done, I'm going to go watching football because I like football. It's one of my favorite things in the world. So on our fan page, we have some fun stuff going on here. Why should someone choose to do business with you? This is a serious question. Why should someone choose to do business with you? Why should they join your opportunity, or why should they buy your product or service or work with you and your team versus every other option available to them, including doing nothing at all? In other words, let me say this a different way. If you are somebody who is trying to provide value, if you're trying to get somebody to join you in your business, you got to answer an important question. What's in it for them? As a consumer, as a person that's joining up, what's your best answer to that? When they come to you and they say, there's your opportunity and there's another opportunity, or there's this product, there's another product, why should I pick you or your product over these other ones? What's your answer to that? Let me let you in on a clue, guys. You better have an answer for this. If you don't have an answer for this, you actually are going to be in a long road to hoe ahead. Hold on, my sales manager just called me. What's up, Nick? Okay. Well, that'll be. We could discuss that tomorrow. Just pull the information. We'll get it taken care of. I'm on my training webinar right now. Okay. All right. Later. Somebody's buying stuff and he wants to know, hey, how do we do this? Okay, we'll take care of it tomorrow. Okay. So why should somebody choose to do business with you versus every other option available to them? You better have an answer to this. If you don't have an answer to this, if you're not clearly demonstrating your value, your ability to lead, or your clear benefit to that individual, you don't have to be the best. You just have to be the best for that individual for at least one or a couple of different reasons. What is that? What is it that you have in value that you can provide? Love to hear your answers here. Just very simply click down below. I think my favorite answer so far is Shane says, because I'm friends with Greg Gomez. Duh. Great answer so far, especially yours, Shane. Keep them coming, right? Lots of really great responses, great comments. Participate. The contest here is this. Best answer gets a 30-minute one-on-one with me. We'll probably give it a couple more days, then we'll close off voting. The way that you vote is 1 like equals 1 vote. So go read the responses, see which one you think is best, and vote for them. Click on it, and the one that gets it will be the one that I actually go for. We've got over 4,200 people that have actually seen this and participated. So lots of stuff to go through. Definitely worth your read. You might learn something for yourself about how you can better position yourself. So definitely take that action. All right, cool. Let's move on to it, ladies and gentlemen. You guys ready and rock and roll? Let's see. I think we've given enough time to get everybody here. Wow, so many more people join us. Great, guys. Appreciate you being here. Julie, what's up, girl? Jonathan, Kelly, Lisha. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Marilyn, Melissa, Michael, Mike, Pamela. Let's see. Penny, what's up, Penny? I got Rick, Robert. I'm sure I've butchered Sinisia's name. I won't say it again. And a bunch of other folks that are joining us here. A bunch of names. So still plugging along. Good, Julie. We're here. What's up, brother? How you doing, Jonathan? All right, cool. Let's get to it. So tonight, what are we going to cover? We're actually going to be going through a couple of different things here. One of which is I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to see. I have a training that we've done on this before, and I'm going to use it kind of as a template. Here's the premise for what we were doing, and I'll go through my intro, and we'll do all the stuff we need to. Hang on a second. File open. Intro 10K. I think this is it. Okay, so if you don't know who I am, let me take care of some brief housekeeping really quickly. I promise I'll go through this fast. I already told you, join the conversation. Why are we here tonight? We're going to be talking about, basically what we're going to talk about is a kind of a lighter version of this. It's a 10K per month skill set crash course. Really what we're going to talk about is over the last 6 months, I've been helping a group of about 30 to 40 people who've been part of our Master Elite coaching program. We get one-on-one attention to guide them through the process of building a 10-figure per month, or a $10,000 per month income. That's really my focus with it. We've shown them how to be able to get to about $3,000 to $5,000 for many of them, and for some of them, we've gotten all the way up to $10,000 plus per month. Here's the thing with this process, though. As I'm teaching this, I'm thinking, originally I had it set up to where I thought I had it down for what I needed to teach this group. After coaching enough folks, and most of these folks are newbies, not many of them have actually had previous, in fact, very few of them have had previous experience with online marketing or lead generation or building teams, that I wanted to, really be clear on what it is they needed. And quite frankly, when I say this, it's really you as an individual. You're here tonight, you're watching this training. That means that you're obviously needing a bigger system. How many people here, raise of hands, how many people here are wanting to build up to a $10,000 per month business? Show of hands. I'm not going to call your names out or anything like that. Okay. So that's a majority of you guys. I mean, literally. Now, let me be clear. A $10,000 per month business is not a joking matter. All right. That's not a game. That's serious committal to being an entrepreneur. That requires a level of doing that most folks don't have. I'm just going to be frank with you. All right. Now, what puts you in a category better than most folks is that many of you, you're here live. I don't record these for folks unless you're outside of one of our paid member groups. Why do I do that? Quite frankly, because it's good enough that if you want this information, it doesn't do it justice to listen to a recording because you devalue it. You should be here live because this is the stuff we do daily, builds $10,000 per month businesses in less than 90 days, period. Okay? Now, that being said, you guys are here, so you are cut above the other folks that made excuses or didn't have time or had, company meetings or all this other stuff that's going on. You didn't make that excuse. You got here, and I applaud you for that. So that's number one. Number two, that this is a process that very few folks, I said, have the ability or the tenacity or the stick-to-itiveness to actually complete. What I'm learning is I'm teaching this training to folks as I'm going through my coaching program. And I've never, I've trained for the last decade online, but I've never done it to this level. I've never done it to this scale. I've never done it with this amount of intensity and this amount of results for folks on a group level. Yes, they're getting one-on-one coaching. Yes, they're getting their hands held. Yes, they're getting told exactly what to do. But here are the breakthroughs that I'm having for myself as a coach, as a director, as an instructor, as a leader, to help my other organizations get breakthroughs to their business development. And I'd like to share those with you guys here tonight. How many people here would like me to share with you what I've learned that has helped me become a better leader, trainer, coach, builder of multiple six-figure people? If you guys want that, raise your hand. Okay, good. Most of you guys here. I'm not going to wear your hand-raising button down tonight. Got a bit of a frog in my throat. You know what? Before I got in here, I was feeling really exhausted and tired. It's been a long day putting out fires and getting all kinds of stuff put together in our new phone room and building out our $100 million business. I'm revived. This is therapy for me. I like being with you guys. I hope you appreciate that. How many people here, this is your first time actually being on a call with me live? Raise your hands. How many of you guys, this is the first time? Leisha, welcome, or Lisha. Charlotte, welcome. Carol, welcome. Stephen, welcome. I appreciate you guys. All right, so I'm gonna take a second here, Jason and Chris and Carol and both of you guys, a bunch of you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your trust. I'm gonna do my best tonight not to disappoint you. That's a heck of a goal. Huh? Let's just not make them mad. All right. So I'm gonna do my best to entertain you guys here tonight. Don't hold out on us, Greg. I won't, Michael. I promise. I'll give you guys the full Monty tonight, as I always do. So I'm going to give you guys a lot of content, what I've learned as a result of this training process that's helped me refine, improve, and actually get bigger results for our students as we start going through this. But before I do that, let me get a bunch of new folks here. Let me clearly outline who it is. My name is Greg Gomez III. I'm founder and head cheese at MLMBBS10k. I've been an online trainer and coach, mentor, guide, consultant for some of the biggest names in the industry for over 10 years now online. I've been in the industry for over 17 years. I'm the first ever No Excuses Experts of Experts back in 2012, voted by our peers. It was actually us demonstrating knowledge, and they picked a winner based on just the knowledge we gave. I'm not a professional speaker. I like to play one on YouTube. Hardy har har. I've been online training since 2003. My biggest claim to fame has been legitimately helping people add 5, 10, 20, 30 people a week into their businesses, whether it be network marketing, home-based, brick and mortar businesses, even attraction marketing systems. I mean, I get called by all the big names in the industry whenever they need fixing in their bigger programs or platforms. I'm the go-to guy. And my previous one was, if you give me 5 weeks, now it's 12 weeks, and I'll turn your current MLM business into a $50,000 per year cash machine, guaranteed. We still honor that guarantee. We still offer that guarantee, and we still deliver on that guarantee. Because what we do is, I don't teach, let me make sure I'm clear, I do not teach network marketing strategies here. If you're in a network marketing organization or direct sales company or recruiting-based firm, I do not teach network marketing strategies. If you want guys that want to teach you how to be able to go find out if someone's open to an income opportunity, there are other guys that do that really well. I do it phenomenally well. I'm very good at the phone and sales and presentations. I've made over 1 million personal and soliciting phone calls. I have closed over, I think I did the last stats was over $100 million in personal transactions I've closed myself in doing transactions over my decade, or actually plus 15, 17 years. And as a sales associate, I've closed sales up to $75,000 with never needing to talk to persons in person. Sponsored and recruited teams that added as many people as 250 people a week into my personal team on a weekly basis. Let me say that again. I've personally sponsored, with the help of my 7 immediate associates, up to 250 people first line in an organization I built, and we did that for 2 years straight before that company folded. I have since gone on to help people add as many as 20, 30, 50 people a week, even up to 100, 200 people a week into their organizations using the strategies that I teach. I'm pretty cool, all right? I've started, operated, consulted, and built for several multi-million-dollar telemarketing rooms. My clients have included Ted Thomas, Joe Polish, Jonathan Budd, and a ton of other 8-figure telemarketing firms you've never heard of. My current rates are $2,000 an hour. I get $20,000 plus a percentage of back-end sales for sales funnel development. I turn clients away because I don't have time. I've been paid up to $75K for helping colleagues develop multi-million-dollar sales groups in under 90 days. I know my stuff. I'm telling you not to brag. I'm telling you this stuff because I've been considered one of the top marketers in our industry and continue to learn, and I'm never too arrogant to think that I can't learn more. In short, I rock. That's so arrogant. So I tell you this because I want you to know that what I'm going to be sharing with you guys tonight is not theoretical. It's not hypothetical. It's not hype. It's not any frivolous stuff. I'm going to be sharing you real meat and potato stuff that you guys should be aware of, both conceptually as well as skill set wise, and what you need to be developing as a marketer so you can build big teams, so you can build big organizations, so you can build, more important than all that, profitable organizations, profitable processes. How many people here are interested in learning exactly what it is I do? Penny Shirts, I appreciate it. She says, you do know your stuff. You do rock. I love listening to you and your training. I appreciate that, Penny. Thank you very much. So how many people here tonight want to learn from me exactly what it is we're doing? Just straight talk, no fluff, no fancy presentations. I'm literally going to draw out what it is we're doing right now, the revelations I'm getting and the steps that I'm teaching my students to go out there and get massive, massive growth without having to pay me thousands of dollars to get it. And you know what's funny? Here's something interesting. A comment one of my $5,000 coaching students said to me the other day, or said to another person when I heard them over the phone. They're like, we have our paid training groups, right? And they paid a lot of money to get in those individual coaching sessions and those training groups. Those are recorded. They can go listen to those later, and they often do, because those processes are very different. I'm going to share with you a revelation tonight of why training that you've gotten up until now has actually been a complete waste of time for you. All right? If it's your company training, if you've paid for coaching or consulting from a lot of different groups in the past, the bottom line is if you have training right now, it really is kind of a waste of your time, quite frankly. And this is what I'm learning from our own stuff, right? I'm having to come to grips with this and have to be honest with it, is that it's not about training. It's something else that you're missing, and that's what this is about. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight that's actually helping you get that result. I'm actually looking for the email that I sent out to you guys because I had a really awesome little outline of it. Give me just a second. Here it is. Nope, that's not it. One more. I deleted them all because they were all on my phone, and now I'm trying to find them again. Oh, give me just one more second. Actually, not that late. Right, it's not happening here. All right, so I apologize for that. Let's see. Last chance to dance. I'm not seeing it, so we're going to skip past it. All right, sorry, guys. Wasting time here. Wasting time. Come on, Greg. Our time's valuable. I know it is. I apologize. I'm trying to find something that we can actually go off of here, but it's not working for me. All right, so we'll wing it as usual. So the point of this is that the training that you're getting from your companies right now is basically a waste of time. There are 3 specific things, 3 stages or phases you have to take your business through that you individually have to go through. I'm going to be talking about those here in just a minute, and ultimately how to get that done. All right? Okay, so let's go over to the Facebook page real quick, and then we're going to move into the training itself. I want you guys to take a minute to brand yourself. We had our 1,000 like just the other day. I want you guys to tell me right here, tonight starts in just a bit, comment, what are you promoting? Like and list what you are promoting. All right. So right here, guys, we have it's pinned to the top. Find this, and just underneath this, hit reply or make your own original post right here. Do it right here. I'm going to send you guys the link again. It is our Facebook page. You guys can go ahead and comment on that. We're here for that. Let's go. Good stuff. All right, Brigitte, let's get to it. How your training is keeping you broke or something to that effect. Yeah, basically training is keeping you broke. And here's what I've learned. I'm going to discuss that here before we're done. And before we're done here tonight, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity, some of you guys, to actually work with this process, being taught step by step how to implement it in your primary businesses. Does that sound good? You guys want to learn how to be able to get this done in your businesses, your current companies, not have to leave your current organizations? Cool stuff. What's up, Bruce? I see you, brother. Gene, what's up? All right, cool. All right, here we go. Lots of you guys want to learn that. So I'm going to talk about the 3 stages of 6-figure foundation. What we're learning right now is that there's a lot of folks out there that are talking about, you know, building a big business, right? We're talking about building a big business. And what are they talking about? They're talking about leads, they're talking about sales, and they're talking about automatic money. Now, first off, this doesn't have spell check. I'm a terrible speller. I can't even spell terrible. That's how bad a speller I am. So please don't judge me based on my grammar or my spelling or any of that business or my handwriting. Some of you guys might be like handwriting analysis people, and if you think I'm like a mass murderer or something like that, I'm not. Last time I checked, so just let me know if that's the case. Do it in a private message, okay? But primarily, I mean, this is what it comes down to, right? Leads, sales, automatic money. And what are we talking about? We're gonna get like the best leads we possibly can. They're already interested, no tire kickers. They're just ready to go, ready to start a business, and they're ready to rock and roll. That's what we're looking for, right? That's what we want, correct? This is good. Just people with you know, money in hand, right? That's what we're looking for. Boom, just big time cash. Just waiting to give it to us, right? That's what we're looking for. Okay, no problem with that. We want that. That's what we're sold. That's what we're promised. I'm going to break that misnomer because there's a truth about leads that you guys really need to understand. And so what do? They have these systems. These systems, if you just plug these systems along, if you sell these systems, then you're going to make a boatload of money. You're just going to make more money. You don't have to do any of the work, right? And that comes back down to this automatic money process. And those are going to get sales for us. All you have to do is drive traffic, and we'll do the rest, right? We have this opt-in page that converts. We'll build leads for you. They'll go and watch a sales letter video, and they'll buy, right? If you guys aren't familiar with this process, this is basically how it works. You drive traffic. You go find people to drive to this opt-in page. They opt in. They get on your list, right? Then they go watch a video. This is how, you know, many people buy from my program. I have that. It goes to an opt-in page, sales letter video, and it's got a series of upsells and downsells, additional content, and this is more money, and you get paid a percentage of that to you, right? This is you, all happy, boom, boom, and it's putting more money in your pocket. More money, right? Cool, neat, exciting, awesome, fantastic. And then these processes are said, all you have to do is go get traffic, and it winds up becoming very inexpensive, and you know, you just make a ton of money. Here's what they're not telling you. All right? Here's what they're not telling you. Bottom line is when you're doing these processes, you need to find traffic. And it's not just a matter of saying, okay, great, let's go push a button somewhere, and then we make money, right? There's not this magic button somewhere that you just push it, and then all of a sudden you get traffic, right? No, it doesn't work that way. You need to go do your market. Write this down. This is what you need to do. You got to do market research, right? You got to do a competitive analysis. And I have no idea how to spell that, so apologize, guys. So market research, if you can't read my chicken scratch, competitive analysis, and then you have to split test your ad copy. And if you're doing it on Facebook, you have to do images too. Okay? Write this down, guys. This is important. How many of you guys, internet stuff kind of goes over your head? Raise your hands. It's like, wow, that's a little confusing. I'm going to go as slow as I can. Okay, Jack, Jason, Jessica. Okay. All right, a lot of you guys. So I'm going to slow this down a bit. For you advanced guys, I promise I'll get you some stuff here that's going to be like, hot dog, that's pretty awesome. I appreciate that. Thank you, Greg. So it'll be worth it. Hang out. For the beginners, the newbies, I'm going to go through this stuff with you a little more hand in hand, okay? So let me draw you an idea here, all right? You want to, I mean, the bottom line is we just want to recruit people into our business, right? We just want to recruit, correct? Here's the thing with recruiting. You can do your friends and family stuff. You can do the traditional stuff, but the challenge with doing that is you run out. And as soon as you start moving away from talking to people that you know or that you have a relationship with into referrals or friends of friends, you're officially cold marketing. I don't care what your network marketing organization tells you. But you establish a relationship and you see if they're open. Look, don't drink that Kool-Aid, because bottom line is as soon as you start doing anything outside of your sphere of influence, which you don't have influence with those folks unless you build credibility and earn that credibility through effective prospecting, presenting, objection handling, and closing. The only way you're going to be able to do that is by actually engaging cold prospects and developing that relationship. That is cold marketing. Do you guys get that? Do you understand that? Raise your hands if you get that. All right? As soon as you're done talking to your warm market, you're talking to cold market. As soon as you're talking to cold market, you're a cold marketer, period. There's nothing wrong with that. And don't let your network marketing company shame you into thinking that premarital recruiting is bad. It's not at all. It's a total ridiculous ploy that they use to try to control the industry and manage the growth, because they know if you go get 2 or 3 before you drop out, they've doubled or tripled their results. And then if they go and get 2 or 3, then they triple their results again. So they exponentially grow, but it's a managed growth. If you go do what I'm going to talk about tonight, you're going to break some comp plans. Let me say that again. If you go do what I'm going to arm you with starting tonight, you're going to learn how to break your comp plan. Now, I learned the wrong way to do this. When I started implementing this stuff into my business, I actually got kicked out of an organization because we were recruiting too many people into my straight line. Okay? It's pretty stupid when I look back at it now, but I was a dumb kid. I didn't know any better. So as soon as I started to, I don't want to say bury this, but start sharing the love with my team, let's say, I started to see way more stable growth, and I started to generate a lot more revenue, and it was a long-term solution. It worked for over 2 years for that organization, built up a 60K per month business, and it was awesome. Life was good. Okay, so the point of this is we just want to recruit. So cold, as soon as we enter the cold market, you're going to need to understand these 3 things. Okay, I don't care what it is. So if we're doing in-person, I'm talking internet stuff right now, right? But if you're going to do in-person stuff, this is the stuff that you need to learn. All this stuff is market research, anything really. You need to do competitive analysis and split test, add copy images, or you know what? There's another thing in here if you're doing it in person, scripts. Write that down. Mommy. See if I can get that done there. Scripts. So add copy, images, and scripts. Write that down. Got it? You with me? What does that mean, Greg? This is so, it's out there. What are we talking about? So let's talk first. We're going to talk offline, then we're going to talk online. Market research. Who am I talking to? There's 7 specific questions that we ask prospects when we're talking to them. They usually are focused around identifying their challenge. You know what? I can't. If I can do this here like that. It's going to be a little grainy, but it gives me a little bit of better space to write. Identify their challenge. Okay? Previous solutions. Gaps. Successes with those solutions. Ideal solution. This is a kind of a Cliff Note version. This isn't the full thing. I have 7 specific questions I ask that I teach, but really they fall under these categories. We're trying to figure out what the challenge is. What's wrong, right? What are some of the most common or previously used solutions? We should do this too. Common or previous solutions, right? So let's talk weight loss. Give me some, let's not talk. Let's actually go to the board. Let's go look at what you guys are doing right now. Refresh my page. A doobie-doo. Hey, if you guys haven't liked my page, by the way, like my page, because I'm on this like kick. I don't know why I'm like chasing right now. Oh, look at it. We got over 1,200 people liking our page. Awesome. Good stuff. Appreciate that. Pam's Gourmet Drinks. I like that. That's cool. Oh, I got it. It's OG. Good. Not to sound disappointed, I thought you had your own product. Pam was like, yeah, man, that's cool. All right, cool. I like how you're branding that yourself. All right, so here we are. Got only a few of you want to promote your offer on my page. Okay, that's fine. So what are you promoting? Amy says she's doing recruiting distributors for financial service. Financial service. What company? You can list them there, Amy, if you don't mind. Jessica is doing Vima. Cool. I like both of those. Pamela is doing Organo. It's great, great company. I agree. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. Luis is doing. Finally, had my first training. Good stuff, man. Awesome. Luis is in our 5K coaching program. Had his first coaching system. Our first coaching call. Awesome, brother. I'm glad you liked it. Kevin says Julie with Advocare. Hoot hoot. Learning so much. Awesome. Guys, that's Julie basically that made that comment. She's on her husband's deal. Cool. I'm glad you guys are doing that. So let's take coffee. Let's take Pamela's Organo Gold product. All right. So we want to identify the challenge of our prospects. What's a challenge that your product or service benefits? What's your competitive advantage, right? That goes back to the question we talked about beforehand. Why should I choose your coffee over any other coffee that's available to me? Or, let's not even put it in the same category as coffee. Why should I drink your stuff versus not drinking it at all? What if I already have a brand I like, or what if I'm already on another level? Well, it's got incredible health benefits, right? So what health benefits does it help? Well, it helps with maybe anti-inflammatory, a little bit of weight loss, although that's a byproduct. It's not a main product of what it does. It's not a main benefit. It's a by-benefit. What else does it do? It does several different things. Give me your favorite benefit that it does. What was your name again? Sorry. Dumb it down, Greg. Dumb it down. I am Richard. I am. I'm doing my best here, bro. I'm trying to give some examples here. Pamela, what is one of the benefits that you found with it that it helps you? Are you even on the call? QRS. There she is. Okay. Yeah, she's here. She's on the actual page there. So let's refresh that and see if she gives me an answer. All right. Let's see. There's 10 more responses. Oh, now everybody's commenting. Woohoo! With Advocare, Hoot, Organo Gold, good. We got a couple. It works. Great weight loss product. Wholesale travel. All right, Steven. Cool. I'll go into that. I like the travel deal. I just did a speak for. Okay. She changed that. All right. All right. Well, nobody's responding to that. So let's see. Low acidity and no heartburn. Okay. So let's say it's no heartburn and low acidity. Okay. Fine. So we look to go identify. Again, that's pretty grainy right there, but we'll figure it out. We're going to look to identify the challenge in that group. We're going to look for folks that suffer from heartburn. Right? You're drinking coffee. Heartburn might be antagonized by your coffee. What could you do right now to be able to change that? So I see that you're drinking coffee. I see you're taking antacids. I see you're taking Tums. I see you're doing these things, right? Just from talking to them. You can go get lists of folks that suffer from those kinds of conditions that buy prescriptions or something like that to help with that stuff, right? So we go and talk to them. What is it? What has you done? Oh, you suffer. I see you're taking Tums. Or you have heartburn a lot, or well, yeah, obviously we know the answer to that. You can strike up a conversation using that. So identify the challenge. You get that often? Yeah, I get it. Like every time I have blah blah blah, or I have this or I have that. Okay, is Tums the only thing you've tried to get rid of it, or have you tried other stuff to deal with it? Well, I looked at this. I looked at that. And I asked because I had it really bad myself. If that's something that helped you, whatever is relevant to you, or another partner of mine or a buddy of mine, a business partner of mine, had the same thing. He was going through Tums like crazy. Could be another associate with an OG, right? So we look for common things. Have you tried anything else to fix that or to help with that? I've tried this, I've tried that. Nothing's really seemed to be working for me. Look, we got instant rapport. We're talking about something really just off the bat. Says, oh man, that sucks. I can go build instant rapport with people on anywhere by asking, identifying questions and looking for them. Those are opportunities to be able to talk to somebody. Common previous solutions. What else have you tried? So are they working for you, or what's going on with the Tums thing? How long do they relieve? Well, they're fine, but they leave a chunky aftertaste, and they kind of, after a while, just don't like doing them, and it's just kind of, they're not very effective. All right. And do they help? They help a little bit, but they're not very, very good. So what are you looking for? I mean, have you looked at anything else or heard of anything else you wanted to try to get rid of that thing? What are you looking for in an ideal, remedy for that? Well, if I can get rid of it altogether. Well, it's funny you say that. Then we ask our question, which is, if I could, would you? Okay. You see the sequence? Well, you know, one of the things that I do is actually with my business associate, he has that great process he's using now that's helped him deal with it. If I can get you the details, would that be something you'd be interested in? He's, ever since he started doing this other thing, I have to check on it, but as soon as he's been doing this other thing, he's been able to get rid of his acid reflux and his heartburn completely. I can talk to him and get you the details of it if you'd like. Yeah, that would be awesome. Okay, give me you have a phone number or something I can get you, and I can reach out to them and have them contact you about it. Right? How's that? I know my screen is blurry, Ellen, because I'm zoomed in really close so that I can actually get more content in there instead of having to write a bunch of other stuff. Got it? Make sense? So identify the challenge, common previous solutions, gaps or successes with the previous solution, ideal solution. If I could, would you? All right, now I want you to watch this. Do you guys all see? Show of hands. Hopefully I didn't go too fast here. Do you see what I just did there script-wise? Do you like what I just did there scripting-wise? I literally found a prospect, identified what their challenges were, I found out what the gaps and the successes and solutions that they're already trying, I've identified what they're looking for in a solution, and I made them available and open to receiving a follow-up call. How many people here like that? How many people here want to use that type of script for yourself, right? Okay, what we did is we located a market, we did some research, we did some competitive analysis, and now what are we doing? We're split testing our ad copy. We're taking note. Maybe he didn't like it. Maybe he did like it. What is it he's looking for? We collect feedback from our marketplace, from our individual one-on-one to tell us exactly what they want. Let me tell you something, guys. They're telling us exactly how to promote to them. Is that an epiphany? Does that help? Does that break through for a lot of you guys? How to be able to deal with this stuff? Come on, man. That's gold. That's it. If I said done right now, go do this, you guys would go recruit 3 to 5 people in your business in the next couple of weeks, period. Period. Okay? I only see a few hands going. I think we're done. Nobody else is getting value out of that? Oh, man. Is this thing on? Boom, boom, boom. Is this mic on? Maybe it's not that valuable. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. How many people here feel, I'm lowering all hands, how many people feel that it wasn't that valuable, that wasn't that earth-shattering, that it wasn't? Be honest. Tell me. You didn't feel it was that good. Okay, cool. It was not that good. All right. Well, let's work harder. Let's show you guys how you can implement it. So that's the beginning stage. It helped me. It was great. Good. So some loved it. Some thought, you're not impressing me, Greg. David says, my problem is I'm a licensed ARNP and this strategy works and they expect me to give free medical advice. You don't, David. You don't. And nor do you have to tell them that that's what you are. You don't give free medical advice. It's a great question, by the way. So David asked, my problem is I'm a licensed ARNP, and what does that stand for? Response neural practitioner or something? I don't know. And the strategy works, and they expect me to give free medical advice. What you wind up doing is you actually put them in a position, a nurse practitioner. Okay, got it, David. So what you wind up doing is, that's a great point. I could give you some advice on that, but the reality is that you have no positioning with your prospects. Let me back up here and just tell you this. You're not positioning yourself properly. Notice how in the conversation I said with him, I've got a buddy of mine who has a solution. I'll double check on that and get it to you, right? I'm not going in there trying to be the expert on the one-on-one. Now, let's go 30,000 foot here. If I do this online, they can ask all the questions they want. Case in point, I have you guys right now on a webinar in a group format, right? I'm answering to a group of you, hundreds of, like nearly 1,000 people registered for this call, okay? So when I answer one question, I'm answering that same question to several other folks who might be skeptical. What did I say? Did I say, that's great, isn't this the best stuff ever? Some people said yes, some of you didn't. I said, how many of you don't think it's good? What's wrong with it, right? I'm collecting feedback right now, real time. Why? Because I'm an adult. I can handle criticism. I'm cool. Challenge me. If you think I'm full of crap, tell me I'm full of crap. Tell me why, though. Give me a chance to be able to speak at it, right? That's cool. You're here. Make the best use of your time. Throw tomatoes at me, but at least give me a reason why. I'm fine with that. Totally cool, right? The challenge you're facing, David, is you have no posturing. You have no positioning. If you're able to use, and by the way, nurse practitioners, nurses in general, are the, if not the first, the second most trusted profession in the United States. Doctors are less trusted than nurses. Firefighters, and especially back when 2011 happened, 9/11, or 2001, 9/11. When that happened, firefighters and obviously police officers were ranked the highest. Now cops are way low. Firefighters are still pretty high, but I think nurses are way on the top. Yeah, so it gives you great credibility, but you have to posture yourself properly. When they start asking for how do I get this or how do I get that? You know, that's a great question. What is it specifically you're looking to do? What other challenges have you faced? You do a diagnostic. Here's the advantage you have, David. You're considered a trusted advisor. Write that down, guys. You're not a salesperson anymore. You're considered a trusted advisor. It's good that they're asking you those questions. Now make a recommendation that you have an affiliate link for and get them to purchase, right? One of the things that I can do if I were a nurse practitioner, and I could say that's not violating terms or anything like that, there's two ways you can deal with your health. Here's the reality. There's two ways you can deal with your health, reactive or proactive. An interesting story I heard from one of my martial arts instructors was this, that in ancient China, they used to pay doctors a monthly fee. And when they got sick, they stopped paying the doctor until they got them healthy again. Does that make sense? So where's the motivation? In our current medical system, it's established that we pay doctors when we get sick. So when do doctors want to see us? When we're sick, right? So it's based on an entire industry of you being sick, we make money, okay? Where in that previous model, proactive, holistic type of medicine, it was the opposite. It was completely flipped around. You're going to pay me monthly, and I'm going to keep you healthy. As soon as you stop being healthy, I'm going to figure out what's wrong with you, and I'm going to help you fix that. David says, if you ask any Chinaman if that's true, they never heard of that myth. I'll tell you, David, that lots of Chinamen were the ones that actually told me that story. That's where it came from. So these were guys who were actually ancient practitioners of holistic healing arts. That's what I've heard. Not Anglo people here practicing Chinese medicine, actual Chinese medicine who went by way. maybe in the old country, one man told me. Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Never here in the old country, in China, old school. I'm not talking even new. Currently, it doesn't work that way. They have the same system. Ancient China. That's the way their doctors were set up in small villages. Hey, I never lived there. I can't vouch for it. There's lots of Chinese people too. I don't know. Hey, David, all I know is it's an interesting principle. Even if it's a myth, right? Doesn't it make more sense to focus more on the preventative side than it is the holistic side or the reactionary side? Right. It's a great idea. It's effective. And you know what? Let's advocate. Let's actually say maybe it's a complete lie, but it makes sense, doesn't it? Which would you rather be part of? Preventative, higher quality of life, or reactionary, not taking care of yourself? Now here's the reality. Convenience makes it easy for us not to take care of ourselves, right? And I'm collecting feedback from our marketplace, not to get us too far off tangent here. It's a great focus for us to be able to use to gain leverage in our marketplace. You're a trusted advisor, David. Start making recommendations for your products and services based on preventative so that you don't need to go to the doctor, so you can spend less on medication, so you can actually save more money long term throughout the course of the year, which the average person spends, I believe it's like $900 a year, or actually more like $3,000 a year on prescription drugs and over-the-counter drugs and all this other kind of stuff. If you were just to cut that down by 50%, that'd be an extra $1,500 a year in savings, not to mention a quality of life, higher work performance, a better revenue from getting promotions and stuff that you can get associated with your ability to produce. We're in a results-based economy. The better you produce, the better results you wind up getting, the more money you make. That's just the way that it is. Understand? So if you had that higher quality of life, that better ability to deliver on what it is you're doing, you think that would generate some more revenue for you? Yeah, it would. Ask that question. Let them make their own assumptions. Doctor gets paid to treat you, or doctor does not get paid to heal you. Help you understand the difference. Absolutely. It's a great way to put it. A doctor gets paid to treat you. It is not duplicatable. You're right. It's not duplicatable, David. Duplication doesn't exist. That's one of the biggest things. David, you own my blueprint, dude. You need to go get that thing. It's $37 and it'll address everything you're talking about right now. Duplication's a myth. It doesn't exist. It's the stupidest thing ever. Systemization is what you need to focus on. Build a system for your team to use your credibility so that they don't have to have that credibility themselves. They can't do what you're doing, nor should they try. They're not you. That's a ridiculous concept. It's another big thing in proponent in network marketing. It's a complete waste. I can make sales. My downline doesn't dupe me. I can't and can't. Yeah, they're not needing to. Just follow along. Pay attention here, and I'll explain to you how to get it done. Noob. Pay attention here, bro. I'm going to teach you the right way to do it, all right? I'm a salesperson. People can't sell like me because I have over a decade worth of selling ability. I'm a badass on the phone. I can't teach people to get that same level of experience in a short time frame. So what I have to do is take myself as a perfect salesperson, let's say, right? This is me, and I have prospecting, presenting, objection handling, closing, confidence building, leadership. I can demonstrate I'm excellent in marketing, all these different things. I'm the superpower. I'm Superman. I'm super marketer, right? Well, the average networker getting started can't do that. The new attendee in my business can't do that. So what do I have to do? I have to lay me down, and I have to cut myself into sections, and I have to give a piece to my associate. I systematize the rest of the process. I do the presentations, I do the objection, and I do the closing. They just do the prospecting or opening. Just like I did in this example right here, right? Identified the challenge, got it down. I'm not doing it. I'm handing it off to him. But here's the thing. You're not going to do it on a one-on-one basis. That's stupid. That's redunculous. You're going to do it in a group format. You're going to have 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 people in front of you based on the efforts of your team on a weekly basis, and you're going to get 10 to 20% of those folks into your business. Does that make sense? That's what works. If you try doing this one-on-one, you're wasting your time, man. You're wasting your time. Doesn't work. Well, doesn't work for me. Let me do my disclaimer. I'm friends with some of the best traditional network marketers in the industry, some of the best traditional network marketing trainers in the industry. They swear by that process. I don't like it. I've never have. I could probably do it real well now, but when I was younger, I'm a Mexican kid. It didn't work for me, and I found that it's really harder than I want to be. All right. Back to the original point. All right, thanks for the tangent, David. All right, back to this. Market research, competitive analysis, split test your data, all right? This is all the research phase and setup. Got it? So we're doing our market research, we're doing our competitive analyses, we're figuring out what works. Now we got to get this, if we're doing this on the internet, we got to go to Facebook and participate in closed groups and be able to check out what they're saying. Go to forums and read what they're writing, okay? Go look at our competitors in that space. What other things are there? We can do competitive analysis on Google. We can follow Google Trends. There are different places you can go to see what's going up, what's going down. We can do a simple Google search right now for, let's do that. Actually, let's do this right here. So we can go to Google. We can do a search on heartburn, right? And we can see what stuff comes up. Heartburn treatment, we got Prevacid 24, relieve your heartburn, we got Zantac, we got stopheartburn.com. Let's see if this is a marketer. Yeah, it cost them a couple bucks. It's Prilosec, that's a ginger. What else you got? That's a movie, Prilosec. You're seeing all the drug treatments here, right? Severe heartburn symptoms, AOL search, heartburn. 15 heartburn triggers, active beat, acid reflux. This might be a marketer, or it might be an active beat, your daily dose of health headlines. Okay, so this is a marketer right here. All right, they're positioning this. They're trying to get people to click on their ads and generate some revenue. Okay, so they're just trying to get them to be part of it. Good, smart marketers, neat. This is the kind of stuff we go look at. Amazon, heartburn, acid indigestion. We start looking at what they're writing, how they're targeting, what they're saying, what their specific focuses are when they're actually going through and let's put it over here, and offering solutions. How are they framing it? What's the copy that they're using? We're doing our competitive analysis. We're trying to figure that stuff out. Now, we're going to go in there. We're going to see what works for us. What is our advantage? What is our unique selling proposition? How do we beat them? Right? We have a split test that we test out. Once we come up with 3 premises, 3 ideas of what's better. We're better because we're all natural. We're better because it's a daily activity. It's preventative instead of reactionary. We're dealing with the symptom at its root and not actually trying to deal with just covering up the symptoms themselves. Maybe those are the 3 advantages we have. So then we start taking and we craft headlines, copy. It's all about split testing these ideas, right? We test 1 versus 2 versus 3. And we figure out which one is the winner. Maybe it's 2. Maybe it's preventative or eliminate heartburn before it starts. Right? And that becomes our test for ad copy and our scripts and the images that we use. Okay? With me so far? All of this, so this is what I've been learning and studying as we've been doing this for you guys. Whoop, wrong one. This is stage 1. This is the research. I'm even going to write this prettier for you guys. If that's prettier. Research, analysis. I'm spelling that wrong. research analysis, and initial test. Got that? I don't care what you're promoting. If you want to be effective, this is the stuff you've got to do. Online, offline, whatever it happens to be, this is stage one of your business. Do you guys got this? You understand this? Greg, my system already has presentations. I can talk to people. You know what? Just straight talk right now, just from me to you. You want to build a really big business? You know, pay attention. You want to have standard static issues you're running into, all your lame excuses as to why you can't be successful? That's not going to cut it, man. We're in a different economy now than we've ever been before. This is a results-based economy. You know, prior to the Great Depression itself, it's probably one of the only things that are very similar to what this is. If you couldn't produce a result, you didn't have a job. You didn't eat. You didn't provide for your family. You didn't get results, period. You want to own what it is you have. It's simple. It's really not too complicated. We walk you through how to do it. It's simple. It's not always easy. Okay? That's the reality of what we're talking about here. So if you guys want to build, you know, again, I'm talking about 10, 20, 30, 50 people a week into your businesses. If that sounds enticing, you got to do a little homework. Is that worth the homework to be able to add 5, 10, 20 people a week in your business? Show of hands. How many people find that that's worthwhile? Right? Okay, most of you. You still with me, guys? More people are joining the call. I appreciate it. If you just joined us, we're going along here. We're showing you how to build a 10K per month business very easily. Well, simply. Simple as possible. All right, cool. All right. How many people here don't get it? Raise your hand if you don't get it so far. Okay. Appreciate your honesty, guys. Type in a specific question about what you don't understand. I want to help you guys get it. But you got to type in a question. Margaret, Kelly, Jack, type in your questions, please. Okay? I'm lost. I don't understand. I think you showed up. A couple of you guys showed up a little bit late, so that makes it a little difficult to go back. But the bottom line is stage one is all about developing where you are in your business and doing the competitive analysis and research. All right. So now that being said, so let's do this. Get rid of that. Bring this one back. All right. So once we have the initial, we call it setup done, right? We enter in stage two. This is all about results. I just said it right now. This is all about getting leads, monetizing those leads, and becoming profitable. I want you guys to understand something. At this stage in your business, people are thinking, I'm going to add a bunch of people into my business, and woohoo, I'm successful. Here's the problem with network marketing. This is one of the big challenges. It's your compensation. Okay? Do you earn money based on the number of associates you have, the number of reps you have? Or do you earn money based on the number of consumers you have? Right? And when you think about this, we're told to go recruit, go get new representatives, bring people, because that'll give us scalable leverage. We'll get time freedom and financial freedom and activity based on other people, right? Well, we tell them they're going to make money. They stay with us for 30 to 60 to 90 days, and then they quit. Why? Because they're not making money. Now, consumer, on the other hand, if I bring them in based on they have a need for the product, they get a result from the product, and you've clearly educated them to the fact that they still have that condition. This is just helping them manage their symptoms. So they're always going to be fat. We're all going to be fat. But this is helping us maintain a healthier lifestyle so we don't reach that level of fat. As soon as we stop doing that, start going back to our old habits, we're going to get fat again. It's just the way it is. We all understand that we're smart. We're smart enough to get that. As long as you do that, you'll see 3 to 5 times longer retention. And the question becomes, Do you make money off of reps or do you make money off of consumers? Let me clue you in. If your network marketing company tells you you're going to make more money off of reps, you should find a new company. Why? Because that's not a legitimate business. Or let me clarify, that's not what the FTC considers a legitimate business. You understand that? Would it be a good idea to pick one product from a multi-product line and use it as carrot as if they, yeah, I definitely would do that, Rick. That's a great question. If you have multiple products, pick one. Don't try to sell the entire line. Just pick one, focus on one, laser target. I call them spearhead product lines. Pick one, lead with that, find your consumers, go from there. Consumers, 90 days, the proverbial 90-day bug. If you're leading with the opportunity, yeah, you're targeting, and you target the right people and put your product in front of people that are going to benefit from that product, then you wind up having folks stick around. I've had people stick around for 6-7 years on my product consumption side. When I was in my first organizations, I built them out. I built a sizable team of associates, but we never got sustainable growth. I reached this level of this plateau of recruiting associates. We'd get to a certain point, I'd ramp up because I'm a good salesperson. I'm a great salesperson. So I brought a bunch of people in. They weren't as good as me. They were lower levels than me, right? And then I got to a certain point in my recruiting that I was bringing people in about the same pace that people were leaving the business model. So I literally would just plateau at this level, and it wasn't good. And then when I stopped promoting, these guys all went away. What I noticed was the few consumers that I got, I had maybe like half a dozen. 5 out of those 6, it was actually about 7 people. 5 out of those 7 stuck around for a very long time. Even the other 2 were around for at least 90 days. The other ones were with it for years. And it was because they had a need for it. They had a need for that service at that time. They stuck around forever. And I kept getting these residual checks. They were tiny. They were like $1, $2, nothing major, right? Little bit of money here and there. But they were every single month. When I told them up, I made more money off of these guys. I'm pointing at it like you guys can see. I made more money off of these 5 than I did the rest of my like 40 other associates that I recruited. Think about that for a minute. That's ridiculous. That 5 people netted me more revenue than the rest of my group. I got paid more up front for these guys, but these ones long haul made me the most money, right? This is not as sexy as going out there and getting leverage. What wound up happening, my next venture, I went out there and started doing it this way only. I targeted those groups. We had 250 people a week in the 6 months. We're doing this weekly. Took us about 6 months to ramp that up, right? What I noticed was 10 to 15% of those people that came in for product consumption, they became long-term associates. They became what I call raving lunatic fans. And those folks promoted my businesses and products and services, whether there was compensation attached to it or not. Dylan says, wow, uplines tell me that reps actively find more business, but consumers just consume. They told me the real residual money was in reps. Guess that was wrong. Completely wrong. I know guys that are retired getting $100,000 checks a year from network marketing companies that have just basically focused on consumers. They had maybe 5 distributors total the entire time they did it. And those 5 distributors are still there because they're converts. They believe holistically in what it is they're doing, completely wholeheartedly in the stuff they're promoting. Now, I'm not trying to here to convince you to tell you that business builders are bad. They're not. If they're true believers in the product. My thing is, if you don't believe 100% in what you're selling, you can't be a long-term exponent of it. You can't go out there and really extrapolate the value to other people if you don't believe it yourself. If you're not sold, how can you sell anybody else? You know what I mean? It's cool to make money. If you tell me you're going to go out there and lead with our opportunity is cool because of this, that, and the other thing, I don't care. The opportunity is the same as everybody else's opportunity. Everybody's got the same damn opportunity. The compensation might be laid out differently. The pay plan might be a little bit better or worse than others. But if I don't believe in what it is I'm selling, I'm never going to hit the top lines of that revenue, or at least not sustainably. And I'm sure as hell not going to sleep well if I do. All right? I like knowing that when I'm promoting something, I'm giving it 100%. I'm giving the best value I possibly can, and I'm serving other people the best that I can. When I do that, I absolutely blow my business out of the water. I get results. I promote to business or to consumers. I get results. I get leads. I do my best to get those results or those leads at or below cost. Right? I monetize those leads. If they don't buy from me, they buy from something else, and I put them on a list. Write this down, guys. Big epiphany. This is one of the big things you guys need to understand. You're not in the business you think you are. You're not in health and wellness, weight loss, travel, any of that business. You're in the list building business. You are in the list building business. Period. Don't promote your network marketing company. Don't promote their products or services. Don't promote, you know, a network marketing business or an opportunity or whatever it happens to be. Promote yourself. Build a list. Build a following. Absolutely one of the most important things that you can do. Build a list of people who are interested in a specific result. Because when you focus on that, then you can provide other things to them. Only 5% to 10% will actually take you up on your offer and join your opportunity. Sell them something else. Give them an opportunity to buy something else. I get people practically drooling, tearing the tool out of my hand, and that is where it all stops. 90% don't even go to the info. How do you solve this problem? I'm confused on what you're asking, Doug. Doug says, the scenario, I can get people practically drooling, tearing the tool out of my hand, and that is where it all stops. Does it serve their need? Are you talking? I mean, you can inspire people. Motivation's temporary. You know, I'm going to go against all the old, you know, adages of motivation. Motivation's cool as long as it's like gas in a tank of your vehicle. If you don't have a car, what good does it do you, right? A lot of people get all fired up and they start looking at gasoline and fire. Wow, this is going to revolutionize the world. Cool. How do you use it? I have no idea. I don't have a vehicle to put it in. All right. You need to be able to have a process that you can capitalize on. That's what it goes for me. So in this case, if you can motivate somebody, that's good. That's not a bad thing. That's great. Make sure that what you're connecting matches their needs. You have to match their needs. It does, but the same excuse, no time. Honestly, Doug, it's not an excuse. They're putting you off. They're trying to be polite. Are these friends, family, colleagues, people you know? They might get excited right now. Do you have happy ears? I mean, is that just so that they're not hurting your feelings? Are they legitimate potentials for what you have to offer? I mean, I have to listen to what it is you're saying, your entire approach. If you're leading with the same thing like, oh, it's magical, revolutionary, is going to change your life, you know, it's hype. Maybe they're just trying to get you away. I mean, I get lots of folks say, oh, I'm doing this. Call me back tomorrow. I'm going to get it done. Right? And we, as initial marketers, we believe that. Oh, we're going to sign them up tomorrow. We're so excited. Oh, my God. Call them, ring, forever. Voicemail. They go into witness protection. Why? It was a put-off, man. They weren't interested. They were telling you they didn't want it. That's okay. That's why I give my people permission. Tell me no. It's okay to tell me no. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. It's not that big a deal. You don't want it. You don't feel it's going to serve you. Cool. Just where was the confusion? What didn't you like, or what didn't you feel was going to benefit you? Right? So they make the same excuse, no time. They don't have time. They're really not that interested. You know, you'll make time for the things that are really important to you. You just got to find a way of communicating the extended value of what it is you're providing to that end user. When you sample people, how many products is good to give them to try? Penny, I never sample product. I never sample product. It's the dumbest thing ever. You're buying product from your company to give away. Why? They're not going to change on one sampling, especially if it's like a coffee or something like that. Doesn't work. You're just wasting money. Explain the benefit. Tell them it's going to taste like crap at first, but after they've done it for 60, 90 days, if they don't think it's the best coffee ever, you'll buy it back from them, period. That's an offer. Now, I know what you're promoting, Penny, and I have lots of students in that program. And every time someone goes in there and tries to say, here, sample my product, all they taste is crappy coffee. They don't like the taste, especially if they come from Starbucks or someplace like that. I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm telling you, the way our bodies work is we grow accustomed to tastes, and we grow accustomed to those tastes based on repetition of exposure. I know kids in China that eat ginger like it's candy. They eat chocolate, they vomit because they think it's disgusting. We eat that ginger the same way. We're like, this is ginger. That's just raw ginger, right? But because our palates are adjusted to that, that's what we enjoy. If you give somebody some coffee and you tell them, hey, do it, it's healthier for you, but they don't like the taste, they're not going to stick with it long enough for them to get the benefits of the impact of it. That's not what's going to help them. What's going to help them is going to be them learning the long-term benefits of what it is you're providing them, and then ultimately being committed to those results themselves. You know, improved blood circulation, lowering your heartburn, lowering your what's the word I'm looking for? Your cholesterol, whatever those things are, right? If they're suffering from those conditions, then that should be something that you are providing them in a long-term solution, right? That's your focus. That's what you should be concentrating on. Does that make sense? Right. So for you, Penny, it helps with your pain for fibromyalgia. Talk to other fibromyalgia people that are suffering that way and tell your story, right? Never going to treat, cure, mitigate, or prevent any condition you suffer from in fibromyalgia, come on, let's be honest. I'm not a doctor. I'm not issuing doctor's advice. I'm just telling you, as a fibromyalgia sufferer, I've tried all these other things, nothing worked. I did this, my symptoms have gone away, or this is the minimal impact that it's had on my symptoms, okay? Use at your own risk. Here's the thing, consume it. Do it for 90 days to see the full impact. If at the end of that 90 days you've had a cup of coffee every single day for 90 days and you don't feel better by that 90th day, I will buy back your product from you personally, the remaining of it, even if it's unused. Where do you find those people? You can buy lists of them, or you can generate leads. We'll talk more about that here right now, Penny. So what you're talking about is like, okay, I want to find those people. Cool. Do your market research. Figure out where they are. You can attract them, right? Using your ad campaigns and stuff like that. Okay, cool. Who's with me? So back to this point. Sorry, we're still in stage 2. Stay with me, guys. We've been at this for 55 minutes. We've got a lot more stuff to cover. Is this valuable? Is this helping now? I'm lowering hands. How many people now feel that they're getting a better understanding, some examples of how to really get this done? And if you don't feel that it is, chime in with your comments. Tell me, because I can't read your mind. If you're here, uncross your arms mentally. Tell me what you're needing to see for this to start to gel for you. Because this is a lot, man. This is high-level stuff. This is big stuff that works. And if it's not working for you, write it down and question, challenge me. Because if you're just sitting here, just soaking in, saying, Greg doesn't know what the hell he's talking about, give me a chance to prove that I do. Put it in there so I can respond to you. Because if you don't, then you're just a heckler, and that doesn't serve anybody. It doesn't help anybody out, all right? Amy Shelton says there's gold in testimonials. Absolutely, there's gold in testimonials. Figure out where those folks are going. Jonathan says, great. A bunch of people raising your hands. Awesome. Blossom, Cherry Possum. Let's go back to the Facebook page real quick. Let's do a refresh, see if we got any questions here. If you guys have them, it's probably easier. I agree. I'm on the webinar. Susan, okay, so Susan, raise your hand if you want me to read your question that you personally messaged me on Facebook, okay? 26 more people here. All right, cool. It works. Awesome. Who's that? That's cool. Stephanie Miller, it works. Awesome. New Jersey video. Wow. Do I want to watch that? It works. It works. Organo. Awesome. We got a bunch of those in here. Cool, cool, cool. You have to create momentum. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Good, good, good. Helps pain and energy. Acid. pH levels. Excellent. Right on. Cool beans. Nitos Petitos. You raise your hand. You know what? I'm going to blind you guys for just a second whilst I go read her question and see if that's something for here or if she's telling me I'm a jerk. Because then if she's telling me I'm a jerk, we'll do that. She's saying, how do you add yourself to my page? Just like the page. You should be able to be there, Susan. If you're here messaging me, you should be able to see it. So there you go. All right. Give that one more burst. And then we're going to see what's going on here. 1,216 people liking it. Cool, we're growing. All right, cool beans. Let's get on with the training here. Okay, so in the next stage, it's all about results, getting leads, monetizing, profitable. And here's what I want you guys to understand about this. This is how you build a profitable machine, okay? Here we go. So you're building this little, consider it an ATM machine, okay? The slot here, and it's ATM. And it's got all these levers and switches. Right? These little flicky switches, like, remember those old school science fiction movies where they had click, 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 right? Well, here's the deal. You're building this machine. George Washington, you got a buck. Okay? It's a poor founding father, but there you go. All right, so you got a buck. Stick this into the machine, right? You build this little process based on the testing and everything else we've done so far, and you flick some of these switches, like this one's down, this one's up, this one's, the rest are down, right? You put $1 into the machine, and it spits out 2 quarters for you. All right, so you lost half your money. Let me rephrase. You've invested half of that money, right? All right, so what winds up happening is, all right, so we start fiddling with this machine a little bit more. We get it to go up, up, down, click, 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 click. We fart around with it. We try to take another buck, brand new $1, right? Stick it back in the machine, and then we see what it produces for us. Well, this time it actually gives us 75 cents. That doesn't look appropriate, does it? All right. So we get 3/4 of our money back. Cool, better, but still losing money, right? All right. So we continue to flick some more switches, some split tests. We figure out what's going on. Throw another dollar in there. And then this time we get $1 back out. Woohoo! Check us out, right? So we get $1 back. All fun. Here's what it also produced for us. The first time we did it, we got a couple leads, right? But it cost us a little bit of money. So we call that a lead loss, right? We lost money getting leads. It's not a bad thing. In the past, I've only run systems where you put money in and you got nothing front end back out, okay? What eventually starts to happen, though, is you continue to fiddle with this. You improve your images, your copy, your ad copy. You improve your layout, right? You improve functionality on the site. You improve the follow-up. Wow. On the campaign. All the times you're doing this, you're driving conversion up. Okay? It's going up. So that eventually, when you're putting the same buck in, you're getting $2 back. I want you to think about that for a minute. We're still generating these leads. We're still talking to prospects. There's always a potential of enrolling them into your business, right? We haven't even started prospecting yet for our business. This is just lead generation. Got it? How many of you guys here want to put $1 in, get $2 back, and be able to generate leads for your business? Okay? You guys better all be putting your hands up. All right, now here's where people go wrong. A bunch of you, cool. Here's where you're going wrong, or here's where you've been taught to go wrong. What you've been taught to do is when you're building up this process, when you're building these skill sets, when you're getting good, you got to build a skill set for images. You got to build a skill set for copywriting, for understanding, developing a layout eye, for understanding how to build websites, period, right? Functionality and upsells and downsells and all that other kind of stuff. You got to build the copywriting skill set and the follow-up sequences. You got to build that skill set. These are all skill sets. They're learned things, right? What people try to do to compensate for this is they just throw more money at the system. So instead of $1, they throw $10, right? But it doesn't matter. They're still only getting $5 back. I'm sure they got more leads, and the hope is that someday it'll all pay off, right? This is the fastest way to bankruptcy that you can possibly find. Why? Because I did it this way. I got myself in over, where am I? I got myself in over $90,000 in credit card debt doing it that way. So what you need to do, and what I've learned in helping my students out, is this. You got to make this buck work for you. Now, it could be, I'm saying $1, but it could be 10, it could be $20, whatever that is. But you don't invest. If you're doing $1, you don't do $20 until you've got this buck to work. If you're doing $10, you don't do $100 until you've gotten that $10 to convert. You don't do $1,000 until you've gotten that $20 or $100 investment to work back positively for you. Do you understand that? At least break even. At least break even. Actually, I should say that's just equal. Got to at least break even on your money. You got it? If you can do that, you can scale. Listen to me. If you can do that, you can scale. We're running a process right now where we're adding like 300 leads a day from one traffic source. Actually, let me rephrase. We have 2 traffic sources right now. We're getting 300 leads from both of them. One traffic source is about 120 leads a day, and it's converting decently. We got to fiddle with our conversions. We got to fart with our follow-up sequences and some of the other stuff. But as soon as we get that thing to convert at the rates we want them to, where it's pretty profitable right now, and once our follow-up sequences really start to engage with them, with our phone calls and the other stuff, that process will probably net 3 to 5 to 1 on our monies. Think about that. I invest now. The initial investment's $1,000, right? And we're doing $500 rebuys every single time we do it. But we can get 3 to 5 times our money. So that'd be 3K to 5K on our money. When we have that dialed in, we're experimenting right now, but as soon as we have that dialed in, how many thousands of dollars do you think I want to push through that system? How many thousands of dollars would you want to push through that system, right? The answer is as many as you can, as many as the system will allow you to do and still net that same return. Does this make sense, guys? Do you get that? All right. Cool, cool. Sorry, I'm deleting old messages so I can see your guys' current stuff. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, that's all up to speed. All right. So, to recap on this, whoop, my bad. Stage 2 is all about tracking, improving, monetizing, and gaining profitability. Now, we've been teaching our guys to do this in about the first 4 weeks, 1 to 4 weeks, right? And this is all the setup too, doing all the tech stuff, all that stuff. This takes about another 4 weeks. Tracking, improving, monetizing, profitability. This is also copywriting. It's the intro to copywriting, okay? Entering stage 3. Now, what we did here before was scaling. What we did here was starting to scale. Let's see if I can make this fit just a hair better. That works. So this was scaling. So we're talking about outsourcing and leveraging your time and doing all this other stuff. We found that for most of our students, we didn't even need to get to that. We didn't even have time to get to that because we were still focusing on improving the quality of this. So here's what we've done. We've actually changed this out dramatically. One of the most important things you need to learn as a marketer is you need to learn how to do copywriting. Okay? You need to learn how to do split tests. And you need to learn how to be able to sustainably grow profits. So we've introduced a couple of extra things that we're doing for our students in this program right now that are allowing us to teach you guys $1,000,000 copy strategies. How to be able to put word. What is copy? Somebody asked me the other day, what's copywriting? Isn't that what you do to trademark your invention or your documents or something like that? No, copywriting is putting words on paper or on the computer screen that sell people into your products and services for you. So it's like a virtual army online that's constantly waiting to sell for you all day long, every day, right? 24 hours a day. They never require a break. And they don't complain about not getting paid or whatever. They're pretty good. So copywriting. We show you how to do master high-level split tests, how to be able to identify layouts, so headlines. And this isn't just, oh, go split test that. It's yours. You bring your content to us. We look it over. We give you some suggestions. We show you how to write it. We give you homework assignments to go do 100 of the best converting headlines we've ever found. We show you, we templatize them. We show you where to find other templates specific for your niche. We show you how to drive massive traffic. A lot of people think that, oh, I just got to drive more traffic and make more money. No, it's not. You need to know how to convert, and you need to know how to scale that conversion. If you can't do that, all the traffic in the world is just going to break you faster. You need to know how to convert just as quickly with the small scaling traffic that you get. Once you have the conversion down pat, then we drive more traffic. Only then do we drive more traffic, because then it's all upside leverage. You get paid to make more money. I want you to really own that. You get paid to make more money. What does this do with my primary business? This is all the lead generation process. You get paid to generate leads to prospect. Now, these aren't people you're going and buying lead lists from, although I don't mind that strategy. I've done very well with that in the past. It is something we teach for your team members. But for you as an individual, you want better quality leads. You want the best stuff that's available, right? You want people that are educated already. You want them pre-positioned. And you want them pre-sold. Now, the reality with pre-sold is that's a they're at least somewhat interested, right? They're educated, they're interested, they have questions. With the process we lay out for you, we have people coming to us and joining into programs constantly using this process that we teach you how to do. It automates some of the selling for you. Prospecting is still an important piece. You got to get on the phone and talk to your prospects. It's just the way that it is. Eventually, you'll hand that off to your associates, so they'll do it for you. But the big thing is that in the beginning, you need to learn how to do this. It comes in this stage right here. But you want them educated, pre-positioned, pre-sold on your offer before you talk to them. When you have that done, you're literally talking to a prospect that's head and shoulders better than anything else. It spoils you. You won't want to talk to anybody else. One of my students says, for your eyes only, crushing it online today, he pulled in $1,100. I'm not going to mention his name, but he's doing good stuff. I'm very proud of you, dude. And again, this comes down to, I'm going to screenshot this bad boy. Hold on. There it is. Pretty neat. Good. Congratulations, dude. I'm proud of you. That's awesome, man. Great job. That's what it comes down to. Oh, and for you as well, you got a Master Elite yesterday. I don't know if you knew that, but you did have somebody register off of your stuff. So there's another one for you. Cool beans. So, all right. So what does this all mean for you guys? Questions, comments did you guys have? I'm going to go back to the Facebook page here. I'm going to lay out a clear demonstration of how to do this in your businesses. You ready? And then I'm going to show you what I got for you guys here tonight. No other questions, no other comments. All right, now I know we had Susan. I'm not sure if I answered your question for you or not. So if you do. Kat says, it was great promoting Solvay, sending cards in my brick and mortar business. What's your brick and mortar business, Ellen? New business far from Queen Wrap, okay. And Plexus Worldwide, great company, health and wellness. And Pam's Gourmet Drinks, I love that. Awesome stuff, good stuff. All right. Anybody else? Questions? All right. So who's here to help me, or who's here ready for me to show you how you guys can actually start doing this? Okay, Spenny's like, I want to do this. Okay, cool. So you're still with me. Good. I haven't bored you to tears yet. Good, good, good. All right. I don't want to bore you guys. I want to make sure I'm giving you good stuff. There's football on television. You guys could be watching football, or we could be working on your businesses. I'm avoiding football to help you guys out. All right, cool. So let's go through this. Let's go through this process. All right. So what we've done and what we're doing in this process is threefold. Here's the big challenge. If you're building this system out yourself, this takes about 12 months to do. I'd love to tell you you can do it faster. We're working in a process in 2014 where we're going to start templatizing based on industry. So we're going to do, let me. So in 2014, what we're going to do is we're going to take each quarter, so first, second, etc. I'm going to take an industry, a network, specifically a network marketing company. I will probably start with either weight loss or skincare. I'm going to build out an organization. I'm going to build out a massive team using the processes we're talking about. And in doing so, we're going to get proof of concept. We're going to find lead sources. We're going to find copy templates that work. We're going to identify landing pages, squeeze pages, all of that stuff. Second quarter, we're going to repeat that process for maybe whatever we rejected here, whatever we didn't do right away, maybe either weight loss or skincare, whatever it is. We're going to do the same thing, leads, copy, landing pages, templates, the entire thing, scripts. I'm going to basically do it all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few students in our 5K and 10K programs. I'm going to say, okay, guys, let's all work together as a team, and let's go crush, a business. I'm going to join one of them in their organization, and we're going to go build it out. They'll be the face. They'll be the people. I'm not going to be the name. I'm not going to be the face. It's going to be them, and I'm just going to go help them build out an organization, and we're going to crush it. We're going to add, 30, 40 people a week into that business, get it stabilized to where it's doing that on a weekly basis, have team in place to be able to do it, templatize it all, and then we're going to package that up, and we're going to offer that to other folks in that industry as a, not a cheap program. It'll probably be way more expensive, $10,000, $20,000 for an entire setup. And people will say, oh my gosh, why would I do that? because we're going to develop the front-end products that help you monetize your leads on the front end. We're going to show you ways how to build massive audiences in a short time frame so that you can actually monetize it, not just with your network marketing business, but with other affiliate stuff that you can do. My network marketing company doesn't want us to do that. Who freaking cares? It's none of your network marketing company's business how you generate leads. If you have a business prior to them, which is what you're going to build, and you're using their business as a back-end referral process for relationships you already established, it's none of their damn business how you generate leads. It's none of their concern. They shouldn't bother themselves with it. As long as you're not using their trademark terms, products, names, you're not associating with them front end, you should never do that anyways, because your prospects don't care, number one. I know my husband's trying to watch and talk to me about it. It's funny. Okay, so we're going to do this in this process. We're only going to consider folks that are in our 5 and 10K coaching programs right now. All right? And we're literally going to take positions with companies. We're going to build these out. Why are we doing this? Because, quite frankly, I've done it before, but I haven't done it in so long that I get results in people's or other organizations, but I haven't done it for myself in so long that I've gotten the bug again, and it's ready for me to do this. Now, will I go out there and say, you guys need to join my opportunity? No, I will not come to you guys with my opportunity, ever. I don't do that. I'm in organizations right now, and people who've been following me for 10 years are like, I don't even know what you promote, and you never will, because I don't promote to get business builders. I promote to get consumers. It's the way I've always done it. It's always been paid me very, very well, and I'm going to do the same thing with this. And the business building side, I'm going to leave up to the person who we're registering. Make sense? Okay. What I found, though, is for you to pull something like that off, you got to have those skill sets we talked about, right? We talked about the skill sets. We have refined over the last 8 months, exactly 9 months now, what those skill sets need to look like. As we've got 6-figure earners now because of this training, and $50,000 a year trainer earners, and what else do we have? $3,000 per month earners. So 3 times 10 is 36 or so, and they're progressing, they're getting better. We're learning all kinds of different things we need to do to train those folks to get their skill sets up to a point where they're generating the revenue they want to, right? So what we've done is we've changed it now. There's a few things you don't really need to be bothered with, one of which is tech. And I want to make sure, tying this back into the beginning, what this has to do with training. Your training is worthless. You don't need more training, man. You got it. Tonight's class, kind of worthless. No offense. And some of you are probably agreeing, oh, it was worthless. I wasted more time there. Okay, see you. No big deal. What you need is doing. What you need is implementation. What we offer in our 5K coaching program is not a training program. Although you will develop skill sets, you will improve your knowledge, you will become a much stronger marketer. It's not a training system per se. And I'm putting quote fingers in the air like you can see me, but it's not a training program. It's an implementation system. I spelled that completely wrong, but I don't care. Implementation. It's all about getting you doing. See, here's the problem in this industry. We're taught mindset, we're taught motivation, and we're taught what to do. Mindset, motivation, what to do. Okay? And in theory, it sounds awesome. This is complete bullshit. This is a waste of time. I'm completely flying in the face of what everybody's teaching right now. Mindset is a waste of time. You're wasting your time on mindset. You're wasting your time with motivation. And you're wasting your time on what to do. What? How can that be? Because your mindset doesn't understand what's fully possible until you see the results. So we can talk positive mindsets all we want. You're going to self-sabotage until you prove otherwise in results. You guys get that? You get that? I lost a bunch of you when I said that right now. I'm glad. Some people are going away because they don't believe that. Mindset is everything. If you're still here, give me a second to really clearly explain this. I, for the longest time, thought, trust your instincts. Do this. You can do it. Believe in yourself. You can do it. And you can. I'm not telling you shouldn't believe in yourself. You absolutely can achieve that. What we wind up doing, though, over years of me training people to go from 0 to 6 figures in very little time frame is they freak the F out because they're making so much money they don't know what to do with themselves. I've trained people to go in less than 90 days in less than 6 weeks from a few $100 a week in earnings to several thousands of dollars a week, and they implode. Why? Because they've never made that kind of money before. They don't know how to deal with it. And many of you may be saying, I could deal with it. I need to make $1 million business. If I offered you each $1 million business right now, ready to go, my business done, ready for you to do. How many people here would take my $1 million business right now? Show of hands. Let me lower hands. How many people would here take my $1 million business? I'd literally hand it to you, give it to you. You know what would happen? I'm going to lower your hands again. Lowering, lowering, lowering. Stop raising your hands. How many people here have ever run a $1 million business or currently run a $1 million business right now? How many people are doing that? Raise your hand. Rick, good for you. Penny? You have in the past, or you currently are doing so. Awesome. You folks have hope at $1 million business. The rest of you have to evolve into that. It's true. Because you know what it looks like. You know what it feels like. You know what that expectation is. The expectations of others, the responsibility of it. Man, it's a lot. You have people looking up to you in ways that you have no idea how to do, right? This is why we hear so many horror stories of people who win the lottery and then they just completely implode and they can't handle it and they just blow it all. And we have no sympathy for them. I ask you, why not? They have no idea what the heck they're doing. They've never been in that situation before. How can they be expected to handle it? You see professional athletes who come from ghettos and inner cities all of a sudden be thrust into $45 million transactions, and they build out, they blow that money in like a 10-year time frame. What do you expect them to do? They have no idea what they're doing, right? We have no sympathy for them because I wouldn't do that. Complete BS. Until you are in that situation, you have no idea what it's like. None. So when I give you guys this mindset stuff and tell you can do it, all this positive rah-rah stuff, until you actually are dealing with the day-to-day realities of what those results are, you don't know. You're not prepared to handle it. Now, you can be, and we'll vaccinate you, and we'll walk you through those growth steps. But the bottom line is, until you get those results for yourself and until you have to live with them day by day, month by month, year by year, that's when your self-evaluation raises. You can believe whatever you want. It's your results that are going to dictate what you actually can see and feel. Got it? So mindset is a waste of time. Motivation, I can get all fired up. We've already dealt with this. You know this. Motivation is great if you have somewhere to apply it. If you got no engine to put the gasoline in, it's not going to take you anywhere, right? You just blow up in a ball of flames. Woo, you burn out. You burn out too quickly. And here's the most controversial thing. I can exactly show you what to do to build $1 million business. I've done it for 10 years with people. You know how many people actually do it? A small percentage. And I find that it's very interesting that if they were millionaire success stories beforehand, that's usually where the people get the millionaire success stories. They've already done it before. They have the skill sets. They already know what to do. And more importantly, they know how to do it. It's not what to do. It's how to do it. And the accountability to see it through. Listen to me. You guys know enough already. Some of the concepts I might be teaching you tonight are different. Maybe they're the same, especially you guys that think, I didn't learn anything tonight. I freaking point my finger in your chest and I say, show me, damn it. Show me where you're doing it. Show me where you've built a profitable online lead generation system, not somebody else's, your own. Show me where you have a closing process in place that supports your team, that they can add dozens of people in your organization easily per week. And for some of you, I know the names. I see you. I know you're doing it. And you're here maybe out of curiosity. That's cool. I'm flattered. I'm honored. Thank you for being here. For everybody else that think you know it all, BS. I'm calling you out. I'm calling you out. I'm looking at you. For those of you that have been confused and not sure on what exact steps to take, it's because you've been given too much what to do. Tonight, I've given you nothing but what to do. And some of you have skill sets, you'll take it and run with it. You'll go get it done because you know how to do it. That's what our program is it's an implementation process. It's an implementation system. It's not a training system. You have enough what to do. You're not getting enough how to do it. How many people here agree with that? Raise your hand for me. Okay. So I need your permission to just deal with you guys straight, okay? Because I'm not going to BS you. I'm not going to hype you up. I'm not going to tell you a bunch of other stuff. I'm going to show you how to work your ass off. I'm going to show you how to do things that are going to be like physical conditioning for your business, right? You want to get to the Olympics. You want to be a world-class athlete. You want to be a world-class entrepreneur, world-class network marketer, business builder. you got to put blood, sweat, and tears into it, and it's going to hurt at times. And that's what I promise you is pain. That's a hell of a sales pitch, isn't it? No, not pain. We show you exactly what to do, how to do it, and we walk you through the accountability of getting it done in your business. We show you how to measure and track and go through each stages of this process. We walk you through how to do it. Will there be a repost of this webinar? Richard, there will if you're my paid members, yes. Tell them to put it in the big kid undies. Yeah, Richard says put on your big kid undies, right? This isn't a game for little boys and girls in short pants. This is a game for folks that are serious and not even serious. Serious will take you so far. Attitude wanes. Attitude wanes. It's your commitment that actually gets it done. Being committed long term is ultimately what's going to get you to the results you want to go. So we're going to take you through this process. We're going to be opening up. We have room for 5 more students in our 5K coaching program, right? And I'm doing something you're not supposed to do in marketing. I'm telling you what the price point is up front. It's $5,000. No ends, ifs, or buts about it. And before you drop off, look at what you get. Bottom line is this. It's phase 1, or the first 12 weeks really, is setup. So what we do for you is we actually build out your websites. All that tech stuff, all those excuses you had, the challenges you've had with setting up your web stuff, you don't have to worry about it. We take care of it for you. You will learn how to drive the car. We will build the Rolls Royce for you, or the Porsche, or whatever the heck you want kind of car it is. We'll build it for you, but it'll be a shell. You still got to learn how to drive, right? We're going to teach you how to drive it. We teach you how to get comfortable with it. Very basic skill sets for building websites. Does that make sense? Lewis says, all your cars are great, but this one is very special. Good, I'm glad you like it. Pinto. Can I get an Aston Martin? Luis wants to put in an order for an Aston Martin. Richard says a Pinto. Richard, come on, man. Aim higher, bro. It's not what a Pinto. I want to be able to look at it and have it explode on impact. Okay, so this is your website. We're actually going to help you do your market research at this stage. We're going to help you identify where and how and what you're needing to go after, the best groups, your unique selling propositions, the best offers that you're going to be able to come up with for that group, and really identifying what they want in advance. We literally help you identify the lowest hanging fruit. Got it? These are the people who already have a want, need, and desire for what it is you have to offer. So this is all phase 1 of the first 4 weeks. Website stuff, all the tech stuff, help you do the research, and help you identify what your unique selling proposition is so that you can start to find competitive market research, all right? This is the culmination, the byproduct of all these other 2 things to identify what your market is looking for. Does that make sense? So you found a unique position for promoting your offer. Got it? Think of that. That was your first car. Mine was a Geostorm, a 92 Geostorm was my first car. I love that car. That car was actually really good. So that's phase 1. Got it? So we'll call this setup phase. Go back to it. So phase 1. Setup. Right? Phase 2. This is all of the profitability. This is strictly about identifying, tracking, copywriting. We're going to improve conversions. We're going to refine your offer. Because at first, your first phase, it's not going to be really good. It's not going to be, let me rephrase, it's not going to be great. It's going to be okay, but you're probably not going to be making money with it. So we'll be putting $1 in, right? Probably getting 50 cents back. Not cool. So through phase 2, the second weeks, and you won't even start investing into this until maybe 4 or 5, week 4 or 5. So that's really where it starts, okay? But then we immediately start, we invest small, and we start tracking, we start copying, we start increasing conversion, we start refining the offer. We ultimately start improving that conversion, and this is where we tweak those switches right here. And now you've got yourself a neat little offer, this little bow that we can sell basically something up front. Might be your network marketing product, it might be some informational product, it might be something up front that you're selling so that you're ultimately getting paid to generate leads. Make sense? So phase 2 is all about profit. It's getting yourself to profitability. Make sense? Are we clear on that? We can talk about that, Penny, but I don't think that's going to work, kiddo. You know what? So, somebody just made a comment earlier. I was talking with our guy beforehand. He was saying, hey, here's what I want you to do. You guys let me in. I'll do it, and then I'll pay you back the money later on. That doesn't work for you. That doesn't work for us. The reason it doesn't work for you guys is because if we do that, we're discrediting something. We're devaluing something that has way more value than that. This is going to be a $10,000 or $20,000 training when we're done with it. And you guys are helping us evolve that while we go through. It works now. It's fine. It's awesome. It should be a $20,000 training as it sits, or a $20,000 implementation process, I should say, as it sits. We're doing it at a discount for you guys to get you in and get results. I'm looking for case studies. Guys, what we're doing here, we're talking about building out infomercials. We're talking about big scale for home businesses, not just networkers, but any home-based entrepreneur that wants to grow a business. We're going to be talking about these concepts and offering implementation processes for organizations nationally. This is big stuff we're scaling into. That's why we've opened a phone room. That's the reason we actually are looking at direct mail campaigns. It's the reason I'm strategically partnering with some of the biggest traffic drivers in the industry so that we can start scaling this out and testing it on a mass level. You understand that? I'm going through the same stages myself in my own businesses. I've built multi-million-dollar organizations before. We're building to a bigger business than we ever have before because, you know, it's needed out there. As I evaluate the marketplace, there's such a need for this stuff, and it's completely underserved, and it really pisses me off, quite frankly. It's awful. My vision for this is to create 100 millionaires and thus making a $100 million business per year, but ultimately looking at helping the industry at large to be able to focus on fixing the core issues with the home-based arena. We're a joke, guys. People laugh at us because they see no value in what it is we do. You know why? Because they're right. We go around pitching our friends and our family, trying to get them into this product. In many cases, the product is garbage. In many cases, the product is awesome, but it all gets washed into the same bucket because everybody's pitching with their stupid opportunity, right? I'm not saying it's not a good thing to focus on. Not right up front, though. I'm sorry I'm digressing because I think that's really crap the way this industry is set stuff up. Anyway, do it in a heartbeat. Yes, you're absolutely right. Don't worry about money right now. Just, yes, the price point is $5,000. Get over it. Set that aside. Listen to the rest of what we're talking about, okay? The process here is all about, because some people are like, oh, I don't have the money. Stop making excuses. Stop thinking about that stuff right now. That's not important. Set that aside. Focus on what we're talking about right now. Setup, profitability, and then phase 3 is maximizing scalability and profitability. So it's actually just scaling profits. This is where we get into 2x, 3x, 5x, okay? This is where we start to ramp stuff up so you actually can start building out your business in a way that you are growing teams and massively achieving that profitability, okay? Building infrastructures to support that team. What was that comment? We do, Jason. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. All right. So here's what I want to do with you guys. So what is this process? It's $5,000. What do we get for it? You get 12 one-on-one weekly coaching sessions. This is accountability. I'm going to show you my back. Let's see if I can show you, actually. Let's go to Facebook here. I'm going to show you some of we have a Facebook group that's part of this. There's Shane Hunter. It's a lovely picture of him. Let's see, where are my master leads? Master leads. Now, I haven't been in here, so let's look at our coach. So we see Sean Horseman, one of my students, another great coaching session by Vanessa tonight. I should be running phase 3 ads by Monday. Good specific goals I can hit with effort. Coaches will like her teacher. I can really hear the wheel turning when looking at copy. I'm glad to hear that, Sean, if you're here tonight. Tonight's class information. Great training with Ken today. Super excited to get started in the market research. Go get them. Having fun with the new software, Greg. We give soft. So this is the way I do stuff. When you're in one of my coaching programs, I go look at everything that I can possibly find to help you guys build your businesses out. All right. So I found a new software that helps with ad rotation so that you guys can get better images, better click-throughs. I've been experimenting with it. It's been working really, really well. Here's one of the things she did. It's a software. She plugged in an image and it created all these different images for her. Here's one of the ones she liked. So, oh, look into my eyes. Pretty funny stuff, right? So we have a really good community. As we build likes, is it ever appropriate to welcome someone just to like my page, who just like my page? Sure, with a video on your page. So we teach you automatically. We teach you several different strategies on how to do this. The Ad Express link will be in the members area. It is. Okay, I have been running my ads, and this morning I have 4 emails from people. Now what? So we're getting people actually getting responsive. So they're getting ads, leads, and they're getting people contacting them saying, hey, what do I, and now they're asking us, what do I do? What do I say? We walk you through that entire process. Are the Wednesday Elite calls still being recorded? Of course, there. Per Greg's suggestion, here's one thing. Here's Bruce Hill. Per Greg's suggestion, I've opened the floodgates by expanding the universe of companies I run. As a result, I had a nice day yesterday. I still think Facebook is doing something new with their algorithm because ad spend was about half what I expected. Running 20 campaigns with $10 budgets, and ad spend was only about $100. Really, Facebook, spend my money. Look at that. He's saying spend my money. Why? Because he's profitable. He wants to spend more money. He wants to generate more revenue. You get that? Look at this. Jeff's making phone calls. Stats for calls today. 31 calls, 13 engagements, 17 voicemails, 1 bad number, 9 coaching calls scheduled. 2 hours, 44 minutes. Not a bad day. I can't wait to do more calls tomorrow. Guys, the reason they have these kinds of numbers, I mean, I'm going to ask you plainly. Our team is, we have Vanessa Duplessis, who's coaching director for our organization. She's coached lots of other programs. I love her dearly. We've worked on lots of different programs together. She's coaching this program. She tells me flat out, I've coached, not to put anybody else down, she says, I've coached in tons of other programs. I have never, and I mean never, seen the results that I've seen out of complete green ears like we have out of this program. I've never seen success stories like we've seen out of this system. And you know why? Because we limit the number of people we bring in, and we work with you until you get the results in your business. You understand that? It's not miraculous. It doesn't happen overnight. But we sit and work with you until you get what you're looking for out of the business, until I see what I need from you in this business. Dylan says he played with that software today, and it was pretty cool. It is pretty awesome. I think it's pretty neat. You guys understand this? This is not a process for us to sit here and say, hey, here's some crap training stuff. Go get them. Have fun. Let us know how it works. All right? I'm sick. I don't know about you guys. I'm sick of it. I'm raising my hand. You guys tired of that stuff? I mean, I can give you home study courses. I can give you, you know, even these trainings right now. I can give you that stuff. That's fine for me. That's not going to cut it anymore. That's not good enough. We have to raise the bar on both the deliverable as well as the expectations of the team members that are here. Of you, you have to expect more. If you want more, you have to expect more. If you want to get more, you got to do more. How do you do more? You need an implementation process, and that's what this system is about. I'm going to talk about one of my other guys here. Eric McLaughlin's not even in the 5K program. He's a special case because we've talked to him about some other stuff. Dude's getting a check for like $1,500 like tomorrow or something like that. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but he's getting over $1,000. I don't know what your profit margins were, Eric, from running the system the way we're talking about, but he didn't even go through the full training. He just did like a sample of it, right? What was your ROI on that, Eric? Jeez. You spent $400 in ads. Think about that, guys. People are saying, "Oh, I don't have $400." You don't have to start there. You can do $50. You can do $100. You can do $20. I don't care. Whatever, right? The process is designed to walk you through profitability. So now, Eric, are you going to reinvest that money? Eric says, he says explicitly, your stuff converts, but we'll leave it at that. He used a different word. Appreciate that, Eric. That's appreciative. Thank you, sir. So, what do you get? What's in this program? What's all included, and what should you guys expect? You guys want to know what you're getting in the system? All right. We're not offering it to 10 people. This is a 90-day one-on-one coaching system that walks you through every step what we've outlined here today. We go through the market selection. We show you targeted traffic, help you construct your web pages, copywriting, offer creation. Once you have the lead, we teach you what to do with that. Prospecting, persuasive presentations, objection handling, how to close the sale. Members area with over 2 years of live Q&A training calls. Live bi-weekly group coaching calls with me. We're actually doing weekly coaching right now with the Master Elites. Those are advanced, so you won't even be allowed to go into them until you've completed your core training. I'm not going to overwhelm you with a bunch of stuff. We literally walk you through as you are ready. As your coach says, this person is ready for this next step, then we open you up to the next level of training. If you progress quicker, then we open you up to those quicker levels faster. You know, we really make sure that you're prepared for that level of growth. Like we talked about beforehand, I don't want to send you 10 grand or have you earning 10 grand a week if you're going to completely, you know, just destroy yourself, implode. We want to evolve you into that so you can handle it, so you can get great results. Am I going to stop you from making money? Of course not. But I definitely want to make sure you have all the tools and the resources you need to be prepared for that success. It sounds like I'm joking, guys. It sounds like I'm hyping this up. That is probably one of the biggest things that I've seen in my decade online training, folks, is that if you're not completely prepared for the level of results you're going to get, it freaks people the F out. I mean, it blows their mind. And I'm blown away by how much they change. It's like dude, where's this person I was just talking to an hour ago? And they're completely different, right? It changes people. It has an impact on your life, positively, negatively, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. I want to prepare you for that. I want you to be aware of what's going to happen as we go along. I digress, but that's an important thing. Bonuses, over $2,652 and climbing. We just actually added another $500 in bonuses. Free website with all the software and all the bells and whistles and everything we're doing. 30-minute coaching session with me, one-on-one. Software package that actually includes all of the stuff that I use currently and I continue to use. I'm constantly testing new stuff in our program. As soon as we find something that works, if we can give it to you guys, we go buy a master license, right? Like spend thousands of dollars on this stuff, and then we give it to you guys as part of the program. As long as you're a member of the program, you get access to that stuff. If it's not, then we try to negotiate a deal that gets a discount for you guys so you can get it at cheaper rates. I only recommend stuff that I use. I don't recommend stuff just so I can make a buck. That's not the way it works. 12 30-minute one-on-one coaching sessions that walk you through the entire setup of your online 10K per month online lead generation funnel and business building process. Do you guys understand this so far? Do you understand that this is not, there are other programs out there that offer stuff, nothing like this. Nothing like this. Does that make sense? Because, well, quite frankly, because I care. Not that anybody else doesn't, but all the motivation, all the positive thinking, all the happy thoughts don't matter to me. What matters is your results. If you're not getting results, I'm not satisfied. You shouldn't be either, right? But they're your results. How much is it? Total value of everything. One-on-one coaching, easily $10,000. Easily 20 grand as we're going through it now. Selling Master System is one of our other training programs. That's $19.97. You get that included. Master level internet training as applied to your primary businesses, how to take this stuff and use it to apply to your primary networking businesses. That's $2,997. We do that in the coaching itself. Bonuses are over $2,656. Live biweekly coaching per year is $1,188. Total value is over $18,838, right? Of course, you're not going to pay that. We already know the price point is $5,000. Here's the thing. I'm not looking for anybody that can afford to pay for this because we're going to get a lot of applicants tonight. We will be accepting not even 10 people. We're only going to be accepting 5 people. We adjust this because it's based on what our team can actually support and deliver results to. If you're not getting results, we're not taking on more people. We stopped taking people in for like 3 weeks because we couldn't take anybody in until we made sure those folks were going out in the pace we wanted them to. Because I'm only taking on 5 people. Adjust that. We have to implement an application process. We've always had this. You're not going to pay anything for the application. I'm being told by my team members to charge at least a $500 application fee. We may implement that. I'm not doing it tonight. It's $0. You guys can apply here. How many people here want to have a conversation and see if we can actually allow you to be into this type of program? How many of you are willing to fill in the application and actually do that tonight? Show me your hands. How many people want to apply? Okay, good. Good. How many people here want to apply, but you're concerned about the financial side of it? Raise your hand. Okay, I'm not going to call your guys' name out, but a lot of you. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys to do. The financial side may be an issue. Apply anyways. Apply anyways. We're doing something special this go around. For those folks that we just can't work out the financial side for, we do have a couple of financing options that are different than we've done in the past, so definitely apply. We also have some other programs, another kind of lighter version that isn't as intense, still massively effective, but you might qualify for, okay? So if you are interested in the program, and guys, listen to me. I'm not BSing you. I'm not trying to get you guys in. I'm looking for the right folks. I'm looking for the success stories. I'm also looking for the folks that are not going to allow the excuse of I don't have the money stop them from getting what they want. As soon as you stop accepting that as an excuse, you'll start making the money that you want. And some of you will say, but I can't see it. There's just no way for me to get it done. Look, as soon as you say I can't, you're empowering yourself to be disempowered, right? How can I? How could I? Where could I get the money? You open yourself up to alternate possibilities, okay? I'm not trying to get lights shut off. I'm not trying to take food off the table. You might be skeptical. Maybe you spent this entire time, over almost 2 hours here with me, looking at this stuff and saying, you know what, this is really good, but I think it's still BS. Apply anyways. I will talk to you personally. Call me a blatant liar. Tell me that you're completely confused or you don't understand it or whatever. That you don't believe that we can deliver these kinds of results. I will have a 30-minute conversation with you. And if I can't see, not convincing, not trying to pull your hair, not trying to convince you to take my program, I don't care if you take it or don't. But I don't want you to believe for a second that I'm not serious, that I'm not sincere, that I'm not somebody that's willing to do what it takes to help you get a better understanding to improve your business. That might be with my program. It might not. I'm fine with that. What I truly care about is if you've taken the time to be with me, and many of your faces are reoccurring. I see you guys on these calls often. Some of you guys, it's your first time. And you're thinking, great, all he wants to do is pitch me a 5K program. Honestly, what I gave you tonight, if you really apply it and don't discount the fact that it was free, is better than most training programs that are out there that are paid in hundreds, even thousands of dollars for the trade stuff. And the reason I do that, I make it a point. My 5K students always tell me, I always make it a point to get on his free calls because they're awesome. Because they don't talk about exactly what to do to make money. They talk about how to grow big businesses. And that's what they're looking to do. They're getting ready for that stage. And it re-engages them, re-motivates them to go out there and build the possibility of what their futures are looking like. It's not even a possibility, it's what they're working towards. What are you working towards? Think about it. You're in your business or you're in your JOB, you come home, you work your business part-time, you're in a hope mode that somebody calls you back. You're in a hope mode that somebody you talk to might pan out as the lead. I want you to envision for a minute what a business would look like. Just go forward a year from now. You've got an online process that's targeting people who are already interested in what it is you have to offer. So think of the benefit that you provide. If it's weight loss, think of people who are looking for weight loss. If it's anti-inflammatory, think of people who need back pain relief, joint pain relief, arthritis relief, fibromyalgia relief, right? Think of those different factors that these people are suffering from. And you are communicating with them in a manner online that's getting them interested, pre-educated, and they're wanting to talk to you. They're literally paying you money in advance to have a session with you, to talk to you. You understand this? And in doing so, they're literally saying, I'm not a run-of-the-mill time-wasting tire kicker. I'm genuinely interested. You have a list of them, 20, 30, 50 people a day like that are asking you to help them. How is your life looking? You're doing this full time? If you're able to add 5, 10, 20 people a week into your business, you're not just enrolling. Let me change that expectation. You're not just enrolling them. You're changing their lives. You're literally altering their life because of the value you're providing them. How does that feel? And you're earning, would 6 figures be fair? Would multiple 6 figures be fair if you're enrolling 20 people? What do you expect to earn if you're adding that many people in your business? I don't know what that looks like. I don't know your comp plan. But I know when we were doing it, it was tens of thousands of dollars every single week. For me, that was after expenses and everything else. Okay? Still do that. And I love what I do. It's a passion. How many people here want that for their businesses? I'm lowering all your hands. How many people envision that for yourself? I got it, Penny. We've talked before, Penny. We know your situation. We know your situation. You can have the conversation with one of our guys. I think we have you in that program. You're kind of the idea of what we got for that system, so it will work. Okay. All right, guys. Then if the answer's simple, put your skepticism aside. We're not charging you anything tonight. We're not charging you anything. Put your skepticism aside. Put your fear aside. Put your risk aversion aside. Put the price point aside. It doesn't cost you anything tonight. Apply. Take action. Implement. And apply tonight. And what we'll do is we'll have a conversation. If it makes sense, we'll go through it. If it doesn't, we'll make a recommendation that might fit you, that will help you out. Watch a short video, see what's included in one-on-one coaching with Greg. Fill in your name, your email address, your best phone number. Guys, and in filling this application in, have the conversation with us. I guarantee we're not going to sit there and try to pitch you into it. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to see where you are. We're going to see what your goals are and what you want to accomplish. And we're going to see what you need, what your gaps are, what you've tried. The same conversations we had beforehand. We're doing market research with this right now. I'm just trying to figure out what you need, how you need it, why you need it, what your challenges are, what stopped you, what's kept you from being successful in your business to date. If it's time, we'll show you how to streamline that. And in many cases, I have conversations with folks, and I give them a full board coaching session on those calls direct. Why? Because I care, damn it. I don't want you guys to go off into the world and not be prepared. How many people are you in your downline now? What's your current income goals, both 90 days and 1 year? Right? What are you doing now for a living? That should be what that says there. What are you doing now for a living? Why should you be considered for one of the few coaching spots? And final question, do you currently have the 5K investment? If not, how soon could you put the month together? And if not, what could you put together? Where could you start? List that there. Submit the application, and our team will be in contact as early as tomorrow. We will be calling you guys back tomorrow. So let us know what the best time is to reach out. So put your phone number and what the best time to reach you is. Okay? Got it? We clear? How many people have already filled out the application or filling it out right now? Show of hands. Sending that out right now. Luis, you already filled it in, dude. What are you raising your hand again for? All right, good. All right. There you go, guys. All right, questions? Any comment? Final questions? Skepticism, challenge me. Come on, guys. Throw stones. Throw it to me. Let's go. If you got something, you got a question, you got a fear, concern, whatever it is, raise your hand, throw it in there. I'll be happy to answer your questions for you. Trigger finger, dude. Luis is conditioned. He's good, man. He knows what to do and how to do it. Appreciate that. All right, no questions. Wow, really? No questions? I'm deleting all this old stuff. How can I get cold market leads? Stephen, there's several different ways you can do that. You can get them from list brokers, and you can actually go and participate in some like lead exchanges. I don't really like lead exchanges because they're really just a bunch of other people hoping you'll buy their stuff. I like list brokers. You can do a search online for telemarketing list brokers. In our program, if you apply, one of the things we can do with you is actually show you where to get the free lead script that we have that shows you how to actually interview and find folks that are interested. Or that have lead lists looking for what you're looking for, or that are interested in what you're looking to provide. And the bottom line with those are, guys, with lead lists, I built my you're going to need two types of leads. You're going to do your online lead generation, which is for you and your A players on your team, your high converters. And then you're going to need for everyone else you have on your organizations. I don't care how good you get at lead generation, you're not going to have enough leads to provide for all of your team members. You're just not going to. And when they cost you $3 to $5 a piece, you're not going to be able to afford to give them to people that can't convert on them. You got to give them to your aces. You got that? Got that, Stephen? Raise your hand if you understand that. Give them to your aces. Don't give them to anybody else. So when you do that, what I usually do is I go get cold targeted leads. They still convert. They just take a lot more dials to get through in order to qualify and get the people to your business or to sign up. So I'll have my beginners call on that stuff as a way of proving that they are committed to getting it done. Some people won't. They won't ever do it. And that's a sign to me that if they're not going to do leads that I give them for free, why would they dial leads that I'm paying $3 to $5 for and expect them to get it done? Does that make sense? So I still build a process with those that we get it done, but you can go do a list with telemarketers, lead telemarketing brokers. I'll show you how. Richard says, are you serious? 10, 15, 20 signups a week? Dude, I add that many a day in my business every single day. It's hard to believe. It's fantastic. How can you possibly do that? Systemization, duplication can't do it. Systemization. I have lead funnels. We generate, you know what? Hang on a second. I'm going to show you my Aweber account. Actually, yeah, that's right. I don't even know what we have today. I'm showing you real time. This is like legit. Yesterday, 243 new subscribers. Today, 224. And this is from 2 traffic sources. We're not even running out all of the stuff that we can do right now. Over 51,000 subscribers total right now. Got it? A day. Yes, Richard. I downloaded the free leads on No Call Registry. How do you get the copy where you can use it? Email support, Penny. Email Tim, and he'll get it to you. Claudia says, you're my superstar. She's in our program. Actually, I had a session with you today, Claudia. How did that go? You're my superstar. I need to hear and keep hearing all of your info till I can hear it in my sleep. I just don't know how to type in your Facebook section. Don't worry about it. That's fine. It went great. Good. I'm glad. Get your copy. Claudia is one of my 5K students. Get that copywriting down, girl. Go buy the books we recommended. If you haven't read through those, read them again. You know, it's another good thing to do is to take the sales letter that we have for the blueprint, the written one, write it out by hand. What that'll do is imprint the sales psychology, the setups into your brain so that when you go to write, it'll actually come out naturally that way. Okay? Yeah, Richard, I said a day. No problem, David Peterson. We're on Facebook is the app. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking me, David. Oh, the application. It's not on Facebook. It's, here, let me message to you right here. There it is. So if you click on that link, MLMBBS10k.com, actually I should. It's probably pretty smart if I go over here and do this on the page too, right? I am a marketer. One of my favorite interviews I saw with Bruce Lee, who's one of my heroes. He basically said, there it is. So you guys have that on Facebook now. He said he was in an interview and he's sitting there, he's stabbing himself in the chest with his hands, and he knocks his mic off, and they have to cut to the interviewer because he knocked his mic off. And you can hear Bruce Lee, if you listen really subtly, he's like, oh, and as I knock my microphone off, he goes and picks it up and says, I really am a martial artist. And I always thought that was so funny. I didn't get it when I was a kid, but as I got older, I realized that he's over here demonstrating he doesn't have enough common sense as to his surroundings, that his not to hit his microphone and knock it off. So as a martial artist, you're supposed to be aware of everything at all times. And, you know, that was hilarious to me. So now I do little things like I am a marketer. I actually should go in here and post my own links and actually solicit real aware. So pretty funny. Anyways, I digress. Is that like a co-op, Richard says? As far as what, Richard? No, I don't. We're not running co-ops yet. We can run co-ops, but we haven't yet. This is all of our students and clients doing their stuff, their own, running their own traffic, their own leads, all of that stuff. Okay, says Penny, it went great. Whereabouts can I find the link for your app, Greg? Right here, Jonathan. Right here. If you look in the messenger, I'll send it to you privately, and I'll also send it to you to the group. And if you look in the chat bar inside of the interface for GoToWebinar, you'll find it right there. Okay. If not, you guys can find it right here on this landing page. And the page, and I should read it for those folks that are listening in. MLMBBS10k.com. MLMBBS10k.com. It'll show what's included in the Master Elite Coaching System. MLMBBS10k.com /special/master-elite. Let me say it again. MLMBBS10k.com /special/master-elite. I think we got a shorter version somewhere, Greg. Third.com. Is it elite? Master Elite? I don't think it's there. Nope, it's a 404. Okay, so that's what you got. If you got the link, it's in the Facebook interface. Customer switch service is not as easy as task, but we provide. Okay, so Stephen asks, no problem, Jonathan. Getting customers to switch services is not an easy task, but we provide the same service they use anyway. They teach me the why is what sells, but I need quick results and don't want to go door to door. Yeah, you should. There's a more effective way of doing it. There's every single industry has its own little hooks, guys. I've been coaching health and wellness, weight loss, consumer services, telecommunications, legal services, financial services. I've applied it in brick and mortar businesses. I've coached, service providers, companies of all those kinds of natures. We've done it across the board. We've done it with all kinds of different programs. If you can pretty much name the industry or service, I've helped people apply it into their businesses, and it's worked phenomenally well. The hook for services is you got to look for a competitive advantage. You look at which areas you're servicing or which areas your service is available. So if it's nationally awesome, then you can pick a state that has some of the worst offenders of that stuff, typically Chicago or some of the other inner city areas. And what you're looking for are service providers that have crappy service, and they've been in the incumbent. They've kind of been the, I know what you're in, Stephen. And if you look for, so it's like deregulation of energy and that kind of stuff is what you're doing, right? So you look for service providers that have had bad experiences, bad customer service, and poor service, right? And what you do is you actually, Stephen says, what? Dude, Stephen, I get asked to speak at travel groups all the time. It's easier in travel than it is just about anything else. You have to identify who you're talking to, though. Timeshare is another issue, etc. Thoughts? No, a lot of the stuff was founded in some of the stuff we teach to timeshare organizations that I've trained. I consult to phone rooms, timeshare is being one of them. Okay, if you are doing travel, it just works. That's all I'm going to say to that. But for a harder question to answer would be the deregulation of energy kind of stuff. What it comes down to with those kinds of things is you got to find folks that are providing bad service or higher premium services. Now here's a rule of thumb you guys got to understand in anything you do. If you live by price, you're going to die by price. If you live by price, you die by price. So if you go in there saying, hey, I've got something cheaper and easier, I mean, we've got programs from $37 a month all the way up to $20,000 basically, what we're putting together. But if I sit there and I say, hey, you can't afford $5 grand, well, you do $100 a week, or we blah, 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 we'll start shystering that way, well, then it looks like I'm losing all credibility. I can't offer my 5K coaching program for less than 5K. I don't discount it. I don't. We have financing options. Sure, we have a couple of different options to get that done. but that's not what it is. It's not about that, right? We focus on helping you guys understand the value and communicating the real value of what it is you're delivering. Now, with services, the challenge with commodity-based services is that if you live by price, you die by price. So you can go get a bunch of customers in for price, and if other people come in and try to get them to switch based on price, they're gonna be able to pull them away. Here's the good thing with your industry, though, Stephen, or Stephen G, is that if you focus on ACN and you actually get that going, or excuse me, if you focus on deregulation of energy and those kinds of things, once you get them in, they're usually pretty lazy. Most organizations aren't going to make follow-up phone calls to steal them away back from you guys. So once they're in, they're probably going to be in for quite a while. Now, the challenge with your stuff is that the margins are so small, man, that you have to get a lot of people before you can really generate a good enough residual pay plan from that. I'm not saying it can't be done. You just got to push a lot of volume. Fortunately for you, with the process we teach, it does push volume, a lot of volume, and you can actually move people pretty quickly through the application process. And what we found for that is you can actually do a direct app. So in other words, you don't, like with a lot of these other programs like health and wellness and travel and some of these other stuffs, you got to sell information on the front end to recoup your costs. With yours, you can do it in several different ways, and the list that you're building is general enough that you can sell lots of other products, but it's also specific enough that you can direct link them to an application process that gets started. So, you know, for every company's strengths, it has weaknesses. For every company's weaknesses, it has massive strengths. So it just depends on how you apply it towards your process. So I hope that makes sense, Stephen G. All right, so I find that the techniques you described are more applicable to health and wellness products. I feel it may be more difficult for the travel industry, Stephen R. Yeah, that's just not true. I just spoke at ILN's group for Internet Lifestyle Network, and we talked about specifically how to apply their stuff for, and I taught a whole closing regimen for them on how to be able to close big ticket sales, small ticket sales. People think that, well, the stuff you're closing at like $12,000, it doesn't work for that. Oh, BS, it works very well for that. All of the top guys in those companies are students of mine. And they're applying them in their businesses, and they're doing phenomenally well. For smaller companies that offer travel, like, you know, less than $100 a month, those are discount services. I just gave a tutorial today to one of our groups on how to build a presentation that just titillates the hell out of people to want to do business with you. You got to be dealing with the right market share, though. That's really what it comes down to, is targeting the right market. That's what it's about. So, you know, file an application, Stephen, where we were talking about right here in the master app. And if it makes sense, we'll actually go through and give you some real working examples on showing you how to get that done. Okay. Richard says, so you don't get leads from MLM lead providers like Lead Power? I don't. It depends on what you're promoting. If you're promoting a service to help networkers, I might do that. If you have a service that's like a tool to help small entrepreneurs grow their businesses, that would be a viable way to go after. If you're trying to lead with your opportunity to target those folks, I wouldn't do that. One of my buddies, Brian Carruthers, swears up and down by them. I don't do that. There's a lot of different ways that we focus on getting this stuff done. It really depends on who you're targeting. I personally don't like opportunity seeker leads because I find there are some of the biggest tire kickers, the biggest waste of time. I know you're leading with your opportunity, Richard. I would suggest you don't. I think what company are you with, Richard C? Yeah, man, dude, come on. You got a phenomenal program. My attitude on that, Richard, is this, is that your opportunity, if you're leading with that, you literally take what makes you good and separates you and makes you unique. Our company spends so much money evolving the product and service itself to go lead with the opportunity. That's like a cherry on top. It's a nice little extra bonus. It's not a main benefit. Dude, everything's an opportunity. Your computer's an opportunity. Your phone's an opportunity. The chair that you're sitting in, the desk that you sit at, the television you might be watching right now as you're half-assed listening to me, right? All of these things were sold by somebody for a profit. They're all opportunities. So guess what? Your opportunity is worthless. All opportunities are worthless, in my opinion. I would lead with your product. I would target people that are going to get it, use it, stay with it consistently. And the reason I recommend that, and this is the reason I do it in my businesses, is because when somebody comes on, they get a good benefit from your results or result from your benefits, then what happens is they stay long term. Like a fibromyalgia sufferer that winds up getting relief from that fibromyalgia pain. Their fibromyalgia is not healed. They still have that. But over time, they manage their symptoms better with that product consumption. They are fanatics, dude. Ask me how I know, because when I do health and wellness products and we target fibromyalgia groups, they stick with it for almost ever, okay? And I earn money based on residual compensation. That means they got to be consuming month to month. The FTC wants to see product consumption. If they're not consuming product, or if they're not using services, or they're not engaging in the core product, the opportunity becomes a pyramid scheme. So if all you're doing is targeting based on opportunity, I'm not saying you shouldn't at some point in your career. I'm saying a majority of what you should do should be literally focused on that aspect of it. Now, me personally, I can recruit the tar out of people, but if they don't have skill sets and I find that they drop out, I just don't make as much money from them, quite frankly. I just don't make as much money. It's a slower build, takes me about 12 months, but when I do it my way, dude, it's so much better. Anyways, I digress. Julie says, thanks, Greg. Truly amazing. Keep up the great work. Your advice applies not only to my business interests, but I have used the information to sell my oil gas prospects. Always applicable. Good night. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate you. Leading with my opportunity, evolve. So I should leave my products. I'm getting ready to do a 90-day blitz. My products should be my focus. I would totally do that. I would totally do that. What's going to happen, Richard, is that you're going to create raving lunatic fans. Some 10 to 15% of those folks are going to get massive results. Now, what you don't want to do with product, because a lot of leaders say, oh, product sucks, you shouldn't lead with product. They're right because of who they're targeting. They're targeting healthy people. They're targeting healthy people to give them better health that they're not going to notice. Here's the trick, guys, to health and wellness. If your product doesn't show them a visible result or a tangible result, don't waste your time talking to them. If they want it, cool, let them try it, but don't spend money chasing them down. Specifically target people who can see a verifiable physical result. When you do that, you ultimately wind up creating raving lunatic fans. And I want to give you an example. Penny is here tonight, and she's telling me, Greg, you're right. We will do whatever works that relieves pain forever. She suffers from fibromyalgia. She finds a solution to what her condition is. She will not let go of that thing like a pit bull with lockjaw. She will not let it go. I want those kinds of customers. I'm not trying to belittle their condition. I'm not trying to take advantage of it. I'm trying to help them. When I take my fantastic products and services in the health and wellness business in this industry, and I go peddle my opportunity like every other piddly-ass little opportunity, badasses or not, right? What I wind up doing is I steal credibility from the true nature of my business, which is improving the quality of life of other people. That's my passion. That's what I want to do. Because when that person comes back to me and tells me, you changed my life, I can now kneel and garden and pick up my grandkids and write again and draw because my hands and my body ache so much. My mom suffers from it, right? You think I want my mom suffering in that way at all? No. I'm passionate about making sure that the people that suffer from that, or the people that I serve, the people that I can best serve, are getting that. I owe that to them. Why? Because I know better. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. But Richard, yeah, I believe lead with your product. Penny says he makes so much sense. I never thought of it that way. You put it today. Going for it your way this week. Opportunities are cool, but Richard, do you see what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, I hope that's not just evangelical kind of dogma that I'm spitting out there, but just the thing that we're taught in network marketing. Here, guys, I'm going to reminisce real quick, and then we're going to call it. Give me like 2 minutes here. All right. Here's the challenge. Here's the challenge. Network marketing used to be that way. It used to be you're doing that, you're buying that, you're using that. Cool, check this out. Buy this, it's the same stuff. But if you get anybody else to use the same stuff, you get your stuff at a discount, or you might even make a little bit of money. It was never you're going to make $1 million. It was get it at a discount, get it for cheap, save money. It's stuff you're already using anyways. Why not do it, right? It makes sense. It's logical, right? But somewhere along the lines, they learned that the human condition enjoys being told you can make a boatload of money without doing any work. We're wired that way. It's our fault. We listen to it. We believe it. It's bullshit, but it's what we're taught. It's what we believe. We go to these meetings. They draw these circles. And they can leverage, and they can leverage, and they can leverage, right? I know how to draw circles. I learned that in kindergarten. I'm pretty good at it. I was going to be a comic book artist drawing circles. That was good, right? But the bottom line is this, that if you don't have the benefits of the end user in mind first, it loses its entire effectiveness. That sales process works, but it's short-lived. It's a short-term strategy. It's a short-term philosophy. It's a reason why companies get folded, because they focus too much. FHTM, I'm pointing at them. They were a generic service provider. Guys, pay attention. If you're in a company that does something similar to that, and their main focus, the only way you really can make money is by recruiting, your days are numbered, period. The FTC is cracking down on that stuff. They're not going to let you get away with it for very long. And when they catch up, you go. The founders, get civil lawsuits. They have reparations they have to pay back to the other people that wind up suffering from it. They never did anything. It was their own damn fault. They never went out and tried to do anything, but they get it back. Zeke rewards is another thing. They're not just closing down the companies. They're going back and taking those commissions back, and they're targeting leaders in those organizations. So if you think it doesn't bother me, it's not my company, BS, man. They're coming after you too. They're coming after you too. You have to be smart about the way you do this. All right. Sorry, I'm over my tangent. Richard says, I totally see what you're saying. Dude, if that's all we got out of tonight, I made my mark on the world. I'm happy. Just be aware of that. All right. What did you want stated in the what section of the application? Once again, Stephen, what are you doing now for a living? I speak like Eric Worre. There are bigger insults that a person could receive. That's to be considered in the category of Eric Worre. Speaking ability is it's a pretty big compliment. I appreciate that. Thank you. Eric's a good buddy of mine. I love Eric. He's an awesome guy. Met him a few times, and he's just a good guy. What did you want stated in the what section? The what section, Stephen reads, what do you do for a living? And there's the Master Elite application. If you guys want to share in this passion, if you guys want to join this ride with us, if you want to be part of this vision to change this industry, to get it more respected, and at the end of the day, more important than all of that, that's our big vision. But for you, more importantly than that, is building a business that you can be proud of, a legacy business you can hand down to your children, a business you can use to change your community, a business that you can use to give back to the people that you know, love, and care about. If back to Eric Worre's thing, actually, I've been saying this for the last 10 years online. He's just been on board in the last 2 years, so who's following who here, all right? Anyways, if that's what you want to build, if you want to make an impact on the industry and in the worlds of the friends and family that you care about, and bottom line, if you just want to show all those people that doubted you that you were right, I'd invite you guys to join us in this program and give us the next 90 days, really the next 12 months, with an intensive 90 days to start it off, to help you guys get that business off and running. Our guarantee is as follows. It's a $50,000 money back guarantee. Implement the process. Attend all of your coaching sessions. Implement it for a full 6 months consecutively, and be in the program and farting around with it and using it for 12 months. If you do that, the end of that 12-month time frame, if you have not yet started to generate a minimum of $50,000 per year starting in the next 12 months, I will cheerfully buy back the program for you. Tonight, you have a zero cost. Apply, get in, see if our passions match each other. We'll do a first-person interview. We'll actually conduct an interview with you. I'll jump on the phone with as many of you as I possibly can. File your applications. We'll sit down, have a conversation starting tomorrow to figure out what you need, what we can do, and how we can help you. And we'll make a recommendation. If the 5K program is not for you, we'll recommend another alternate program that will be a good fit for you where you're starting. And then you can scale up from there when we're ready to open up the 5K program again. Make sense? All right, cool. There's your application. You're awesome, Grage. Thank you so much. Good night. No problem. Thank you. What did you want stated in the what section of the application? We already covered that. Wish I could, but I'm tapped out. Richard, don't make an excuse. Get in there. We'll figure out something to get it done. Just apply. We'll get it taken care of. All right? I'm not worried about the money. Get it. Get it. Do it. Fill it in. Start putting your intentions. When you admit defeat before you've even tried, you're giving up before you've done anything. Dude, change it, man. We've talked about mindset earlier. Change your actions. Change your results. Do something different, because you're thinking away and it's controlling your actions. Act a different way and see what that does to your mindset. Just do it. See what happens. Am I promising it's going to fix it? No, but it's a move in the right direction. You're demonstrating to the universe, I'm doing something different. I want a different result. You understand that, guys? If you do something different, you get a different result. If you don't do something different, guess what? You're stuck right where you are. You have, not to sound insensitive, but you got no one to complain about, right? Got it. Good. Go get them, dude. I'm proud of you. Take that action. You deserve it. If not you, who? If not now, when? Right? It's time. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to spend the last 2.5 hours with me personally, and I appreciate that. Mike Delheim, it's good seeing you, brother. Thanks so much. You are where you hang, and getting different results requires it. Absolutely. Bottom line, guys, you could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. It's appreciated, but here's the bottom line. All of it's worthless. All of it's worthless unless you take action. To know and not to do anything about that knowledge is not to know. Take action, implement, proceed, do, apply, participate, engage, challenge life, I guarantee it'll be worth it. As always, my friends, I appreciate you. Take action, and I will see you on the next call. Bye-bye.
The organizer has ended the session, and this